that all need rehab. And if they don't get rehab, they're not going to get bail because they're fucked.
Yeah.
But then I email these fantastic organisations and they're just like, look, sorry, we're not taking...
Make sure everything's recording.
Welcome. Welcome to the Cocky Cock Cocktail Bonanza. Wingardium Leviosa.
It's Leviosa.
What up, my boys?
What's cracking?
Episode 80 special. How the fuck are we? We've got the return of Mr. X. Our lawyer friend has come here before and we spoke about some crazy shit with his work.
It's your third time.
No,
third
second.
Time? No, but
second.
No.
Oh, no, he did an appearance on the Christmas special for a little bit.
You popped in. You popped in.
So, how are you, bro?
It's always good to be back.
Yes?
Yes, especially for this bonanza that we're going to have. Yeah, no, life's good. Work's busy. Got some stories to share. So.
Ooh. But this time we'll try to keep the stories without saying any names and things like that.
That sounds like a plan.
Okay. So
until a few drinks in and the name starts. Cut that out.
So
episode's 30 minutes long because we cut so much shit.
Yeah. DZ, if you want to explain what the special is about, shout out to your
my
missus
girlfriend,
who
my lovely girlfriend.
come
Rose.
clutch again.
If you're unaware, every 10 episodes we try to change it up, do something a little unique. Last episode before they went to Europe, we did the hot ones, which was fun, and now we're doing a randomized cocktail event. My missus came up with this idea. So as you can see, we have 3 cauldrons here. We're dressed as wizards if you're listening on Spotify. In one cauldron is base liquors. We got a bunch of liquors. In the one cauldron is mixers, and then in another cauldron is garnishes. So we have our cocktail master, Joey.
Yep.
That's
over
it, man.
here. We have it all set up off camera. So we'll crack on right now, I think. But we'll draw from each of these cauldrons. We'll get Joey to mix all 4 of us a cocktail out of whatever we pull out. Hopefully it tastes good. It might not. And then we'll fucking drink it.
And we're going to down it.
That's
yeah,
it.
That's it, man.
So before the cocktail master gets making the first cocktail, I love going around at the start of each episode, asking everyone how their week has been. Joey K, what's been going on? How are you? How's work? How's the grind? What's been happening?
Nothing much, bro. Just keeping busy with work. Same old shit, different day. Had a good cash on today. The missus drove me like usual. And and yeah, no, it was a good job. It was a good job, and the guy was happy with the work, and it was a cracker day as well for it. But I was just in a good mood, especially finishing the day and then coming home to a bunch of wizards and shit and having randomized cocktails. It's
That's the way, bro.
pretty good life, man.
That's good. DZ, you go first.
I'm
How's
good,
your week
man.
been, man?
Same old, same old. I had a great fucking day yesterday. I don't know why. Yesterday was a great day. Just good vibes. Today, the same thing, man.
Yep.
More of the same. Good day. You know, chilling, succeeding, winning my trades. I'm profitable. Trading.
Damn. That's
Everything's
the way.
good, man. Life's great. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Happy to have Jack back on. Been a while, my friend.
It has.
Yeah, take it away. How are you?
Yeah, life's good. Fuck, the week's been good. I completely forgot that I was coming on until about yesterday.
Yesterday, like, what time tomorrow? I was like, oh shit.
Can I just say, but I just remembered when we came in, Iggy was messaging us he goes, Jack's coming over. We're going to have a drink while we wait for you and Joey.
This is at 1:30.
At 1:30.
It's now like 5.
Yeah, just after 5 now. Joey and I rock up. We come in and Iggy goes, we've got a problem. Jack's passed out. We're like, oh no. We walk into the studio and Jack's laying on the floor like a fucking GTA character. Like, you know, the fucking...
Yeah, when they die.
They draw the chalk.
yeah.
I fell for it. I thought he was actually passed out.
Well, we stood over him for a good 20 seconds,
kicking
and then
him
I was
and
I'm like, oh no, and I was just thinking in my head, I got to prop him up, put a broomstick in his shirt just to sit him up and just pretend
Weaken a burn his-
put glasses on him. He'll just be sitting there the whole fucking episode like.
God damn. Before we get started quickly, I just want to say a quick shout out again to Always as Megalodon. He did give me a good idea that we could have done for the special, which it doesn't have to be a special. We could probably just do it as a random episode, but he said that we should all dress up as what we aspire to be, and then we come dressed up as that thing. Do you get the...
Fuck, that's hard.
Oh, really? So, like, example, if you want to be like a businessman in the future, you come dressed up in a suit. If you want to be a fucking, I don't know, a gay wizard, you come in just as a gay wizard.
How you are now.
Which I thought was a good idea, bro. So thanks for the idea. It's always good when people are giving us ideas and trying to help us out in that, because no one responds to me.
We got a few Discord questions, a few Instagrams, so thank you to everybody. yeah, man, you guys want to crack on and then we can get into some questions and just talk shit, whatever.
I reckon, should we get a cocktail cranking first?
I think
Yeah,
so.
100%.
Get Joey to get it going. We'll
Do we
read
down
some-
this one? Have you finished
Oh,
this
yeah,
one
is
yet?
everyone-
All right. Cheers.
I still haven't even had a drink. I didn't
Oh,
even
you
have
haven't?
Oh, here we go.
Boys,
Salute.
Salud.
Salute.
80 episodes, boys. Unbelievable.
Happy 80th. The only time you get
That is nice.
That is disgusting. That's like, you can taste the vodka in that.
Yeah, we got a lot of interesting drinks, man. We got some grog, we got some vodka,
yeah, you
we
gotta
got
try
some
that.
absolute. We got a bunch of stuff, so this is gonna be fun. We got whiskey, we got a bunch of shit.
Yep.
Joey,
So- Right.
pick a base alcohol, my friend.
Let's do it, boys.
Base alcohol.
Oh, God. Yeah, give it like a nice little
Stir.
jerk
Yeah.
off in there. Just jerk it off in there. So if you're listening on Spotify, he's pulling one out of the cauldron right now.
It is absolute vodka. Okay, we got a safe one.
okay.
We got a
Vodka,
safe
first
one.
and good.
Nice.
So,
So
Iggy,
vodka.
Pull out.
I'll do the-
That's a mixer, I think.
Do I put this back in after I'm done?
Yes, I
Yeah.
think some of them we might run out after one,
Yeah.
so we'll throw them. But vodka, we should,
Put back in
yeah,
there.
vodka we can
So-
use.
Did you remember what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
absolute.
DZ's actually just put vodka on all of them.
It's only vodka.
There's only vodka.
The first mixer. Oh, Blue Prime.
Oh, vodka and blue prime.
Vodka and Blue Prime. I'll keep
Nice.
that on the side for now.
KSI and Logan Paul, you're
Jack.
welcome for the free advert.
Do it. Yeah. Do us, mate.
I
Get
think
the
there's only
garnish
one
out.
bottle of blue prime.
Uh-oh.
Because I thought, yeah.
Oh, sour straps. I like it.
Oh, this is going to be delicious.
Okay. So
Give
the
it-
first cocktail I'll
Give it
make.
to him so he doesn't
Yeah.
forget.
Yeah, wait, we'll put him back in after next
Yeah,
time.
after
But
he makes
absolute,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
remember absolute.
So he doesn't forget.
Okay, absolute sour straps, blue prime.
That's gonna be delicious.
We might have to try Metamoon as well for 4 of us, but let's give Joey out. Do you want to drink it out of the potion or the other potion?
I think the little potion
The
with
little
the cork.
potion, yeah.
with the cork.
I think so.
And there's silly straws over there too, Joey. You can,
Right.
if you want to.
And then we'll be back. Cut. Phoenix sound. Suck my dick.
Leviosa.
Rip your cock off. This hat's fucked.
Oh,
All right. So yeah, if you're listening on the Spotify audio, we are dressed as fucking wizards. Joey got done dirty. He looks like a gay Little Red Riding Hood.
he had a Nacho Libre wig as well that he took off.
Here we go.
Okay.
Cut. Phoenix sound.
So use that metal. Sorry.
The toothpick. Oh, look at that.
Oh, this guy knows
Yeah,
his shit. The
we-
Egyptian thunder god. He
we
knows.
chose a good.
Hey, what is it? Taste the rainbow.
Here we go.
Okay.
So if you can see here on the YouTube video,
This looks good, man.
Yeah.
this actually
It's
looks
actually-
delicious.
So just a reminder, it's Absolute Vodka Prime with a sour strap garnish. Not bad.
Do you have a name for this concoction?
yeah, what's the
Yeah,
name?
what's the name?
Try a name. I reckon it should be Frutimus Prime.
Frutimus Prime. That's good.
Prime.
Not copyright issues, no nothing.
Frutimus
All right,
Prime.
Let's give it a try.
Give it a whirl.
God damn.
Frutimus Prime coming up. And at the end, you eat
Pretty good.
Is
eat the
delicious.
sour
That's
strap at the end.
really nice.
That is fucking. Bro, we're making our own drink right now.
Let's fucking. We got to copyright this one.
yeah. Except we're not going to use Prime moving forward.
They'll probably get worse from here on out, though. So
That is fucking delicious,
that's
boys.
pretty good, man.
yeah, well done, Little Red Riding Hood.
Thank you.
All right.
Who's my big bad wolf?
I'll be your Wolfie.
Okay.
Right. Let's get a cracker, man. You got some questions. You got some bloody polls. You got some.
Yeah, I asked some questions. Let's see what we got. Got to go to my archive here.
That's delicious, man.
Yeah, it's a good start. Okay. Let's see. That's it. Ask us something. Zexa made a statement. He said, "I keep failing my driving test. Next is going to be my 4th time.
Wait, his pee? To get his peas?
Must be.
Zexa, bro.
I mean,
Wait,
just keep at it, bro.
No, look, I'll
Study
be
hard.
honest. It took me for 3 times, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, bro. I went to the one in Mount Druitt, and the first 2 minutes out the gate, I ran through a yellow light, and I was like, and I was literally on the road. I pulled out of the RTA at the time. RTA turned left, and I was on Luxford Road near the Mount Druitt Plaza, and I was like driving up to these lights, going like 50 or whatever, and then like last minute, it turned yellow, and I should have just kept going the same speed, but I hit the brake a bit and then pushed on the accelerator again, and went, and changed my mind, and then I was like, and I went through, and I stopped, and I was like, I didn't stop, I kept going, but I was like, did I fail? Did I just fail? She goes, I can't tell you that. I'm like, just tell me now, did I fail? She's like, yeah, you failed. I'm like, well, can I turn around? She's like, you got to finish the whole thing. And I finished the rest of the test
knowing that
I failed. I'm like, bitch, you told me, at least lie to me, and then when it's done, tell me.
It's funny how you asked, like you just asked.
Yeah, because I was panicking. I was like, no.
That actually happened to me at Penrith.
That's fucked.
Same thing.
Same thing?
It was a yellow, and I was like, fucking floored it. And then I missed the car, and I looked at him and I found he's like, can't say, and I'm like, and I started blowing. Just fucking say so. I paid for this, and he went, yeah, you did. So I did a U-turn and drove back to me.
I somehow passed.
I passed first go too.
But look, man, just keep at it, my bro. Just focus a little bit. I think you need a little bit of like focus berries or something. Like just focus juice.
berries.
Yeah, like just focus up a little bit, bro. You got it. Like
Go to Springwood RMS. Easy test there.
yeah, go to Springwood. It's go somewhere where it's not packed, so there's not like so much traffic and shit. Maybe
You know, because of COVID, bringing up that shit, but because of COVID, they'd stopped doing the driving tests, and there's a massive backlog of driving tests for like P-platers fucking still going around.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah,
They won't clear that for ages.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Well,
And then
I'm surprised.
Jezza says, who's the Star Wars character who is still alive that you want dead? Character you hate.
Good question. I mean,
Oh, fuck, that's a tough one.
That's
Most
a
of the
hard
good
one.
ones
Are
are-
you big into Star Wars?
Yeah,
or-
I'm
You know
a
what?
Star Wars buff.
I'll say the unpopular opinion. I reckon Lando should have fucking died. He was a piece of shit.
Oh, Lando's a dog.
Yeah,
He
they
was
could have
a-
killed Lando.
He was a good character because he was true to his character. Like he was a smuggler and like didn't trust anyone and didn't really have any mates. But because I rewatch Rebels and then you see him come in and out of it and you're like, and he's always just fucking the crew. You're like, oh, this cunt's a fuckwit. So I reckon Lando Calrissian, he should have played his part in New Hope or whatever it was. Return of the what the fuck was
Jedi.
Return of Jedi.
it? Return of the Jedi, or whichever one it was where he betrayed.
Yeah, but
him.
he sets him up in Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah,
It's
he
like-
sets him up and then tries to help him. So I
Yeah.
reckon they should have done that part where he plays his part and then they kill him off.
Can they kill Leia again? Just because fuck the ending of was the I don't know which one it was, number 8 or number 9. It was just dog shit.
Yeah.
She died flying through space.
I know. But yeah, we won't get into the schematics of the end of that. But
Joey,
I mean, I can't really comment, hey. I can't, bro. Like, I don't not like Star Wars, but I only watch the shows that, like I don't know, like superseded the movies. You know what I mean? Like fucking.
come on, say a name.
say anyone.
Say anyone.
Jar Jar Binks.
The gay gold
No,
robot.
I wasn't gonna say Jar Jar Binks was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, bro, Jar Jar Binks. I was gonna say whoever played Jabba the Hutt, the fat cunt.
Who's yours?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Surely you have one.
But I don't really hate.
Hate's a strong word.
C3PO.
Yeah, fucking get
Kill
that.
that fucking thing. Get rid of that fucking.
Fucking gay robot. And then what was yours?
I'll go C3PO.
He's a
Just fuck
fuckwit.
it, yeah.
All right.
Just a know-it-all.
Should we rank the drinks
Yeah.
out of 10?
Oh, I think that's a great. Look, this is good start.
This is a solid
Yeah,
9.
I was
You
gonna.
reckon it?
I think.
This is a
8.
9.
I'll go with an 8.
Bro, I'm in the club, bro. Couple girlies. This tastes delicious.
A sour strap. I stay strapped with my sour strap, bitch.
No, this tastes like. Imagine
Yeah.
these in a can. You could neck them.
One, I'm surprised we're in a club, and 2, who the fuck's hanging around a bunch of cunts in wizard outfits?
Yeah, sucking on sour straps.
Well, actually, no, that's an 8. That's actually really sour and sweet.
Yeah.
That's an 8.
I give it a 7 only because I don't know if I could drink it the whole night. Do you know what I mean? You also got to rate the drinks on could I have this the whole night?
Yeah.
Durability.
Continuously.
I like
Do you know
that.
what I mean?
Yeah.
No, so mine's an 8.
Okay.
8.
7.
On that
Seven.
thought,
Maybe
though,
a
what
7,
what is a
maybe a
drink
7.
you could punish all night long?
Honestly, just a Great Northern beer.
Dubliner and Coke, bro, till I die. Put on my gravestone, cunt. Dubliner.
This is the Dublin.
I'm very mood heavy on drinks, man. If I have beers, I'm having beers. I will get tired. Like I can't party on beers. I don't think I can
No,
chill at
see,
the pub.
I can party on beer, bro.
I need if I'm partying, I want to party. I need like cruisers or vodka sodas or something.
That's
you know,
where
the
I'm at.
fruity,
Yeah,
girly
yeah,
kind of like
yeah.
that shit. I'll get lit.
Give me those drinks.
Yeah, it depends what mood I'm in. But vodka solo always. If I'm in the club, I usually get vodka solo. Easy to drink, quick, simple.
Which they've got the new solo drink now. The
Oh,
new-
really?
Oh, I
Yeah.
saw that. Yeah, they come out with alcohol,
They're,
right?
they're fucking delicious. They are delicious.
We only got 2 more of these. I guess I'll just polish them off. Holloway says, "What's in Amir's car?" Now, fuck, this is a bit of a story.
Oh my god.
I'll get your opinions on this. All right. I don't know. Look, so the boy Emir sent a video in the group chat, right? And the boys have been freaking out for days about this because there's a demon in the back seat of his car.
Is this Amir?
And
Like
it's fucked.
Amir, like which Amir is this? Is it from St. Clair?
Yeah, my homie Emir Kapitanovic.
You're friends with Amir.
Yeah, we're pretty good.
okay.
We've been
I
friends
know
for a
Amir
while.
through the Merkos brothers.
Yep. I'll show you. It's kind of fucking freaky. Tell me if you see something in the back seat of this video.
What the fuck?
That's what
Nah,
I'm
fuck
saying,
off. That's
bro.
a girl.
That's what we're saying, but Amir swears on his
Nah,
life.
he's
It's a
lying.
demon with red eyes. Like
He's
you can
lying.
Zoom in.
There's a
There's
chick in
something
the back,
It's a
right?
bird. It's a bird.
It's a chick.
Yeah.
That's a
Bro,
full-on
But
person.
look, we've taken photos of it. Look at that. That looks like a fucking
That's
white
a-
face,
he-
red
he-
eyes, and
he's
black
li-
horns.
He's
it looks-
lying.
yeah,
It's
he
a
doesn't-
girl.
yeah,
Yeah, he doesn't want to let you know that he's got a bird.
Pierce's theory was that it's a Coles bag. Someone's wearing a Coles bag on their head, bro. That is bright red eyes and horns.
He doesn't want anyone
just-
to know that he's fucking a demon.
Yeah, that's a full-on person.
Our theory was that it's his mate, who's
I think that's
the
the most
mate's
logical
missus.
conclusion.
But
Or his friends just blaze to the tits, where his eyes are just like as red as the devil's
He's
dick.
actually just high as fuck.
Yeah.
Ooh.
and the last one, Mega says, "Little spoon or big spoon?"
Whoa.
Little spoon.
What context? Jail or not?
I love being a little spoon, man.
Yeah, I think everyone likes being a little spoon,
like
but big
being-
spoon's
but big
good
spoon's
too.
nice.
Yeah, it is
Yeah,
nice.
no, a little spoon.
Depends on the mood.
Yeah,
bro.
if I had a shit day, little spoon.
Or a big weekend.
If I had a fucking shit time at work,
So
little spoon.
That was just the first category of questions. I did do another one, which we can go through in a little bit, I think. We'll save it. But I did say, what is the messiest experience you had on the drink? So we'll go through what you guys sent in a minute.
Yeah.
You got points or something you want to bring up first, or anything you
I've got a
want to
few
make another drink, or
No, first things first. Mr. X, even though everyone knows your identity by now, but
all right.
we'll just go along with the
Yeah,
facade.
we'll go with it.
Mr. X, Jack Dunn.
What's your middle name?
Give me
your date of
Angus.
birth, your
Angus.
address.
Just
yeah.
look. Off air, you were telling me some crazy shit. Now, obviously, we got to try keep this shit as we can't spill the full beans of names and places.
Confidentiality.
Which
He's
is
a lawyer.
fine because I can cut half of this shit out anyway. But if you want to go through and just tell us can you please tell the people, remind them what a normal week at work for you has been looking like lately? Because to me, you sound like you need a fucking pay rise. Because the shit this guy was telling me off air, I was like, what the? I was like, that's your job. I was like, God damn. Like,
All right.
just let the people know what. So while you guys are out there, fucking shoveling shit on the side of the road, or
Pickpacking.
There's nothing wrong with any of that, by the way.
pickpacking, or retail, serving people,
Or
food,
showing your pussy on OnlyFans or whatever the fuck.
OnlyFans. Let's have a little listen to what Mr. X here has to do on a day-to-day basis.
All right. Well, Monday, just an allegation of domestic violence. You know how it is.
Oh yeah, just your Monday.
Yeah, just one of those.
That's just a Monday.
But it was funny that this one, we got up not guilty on all of it. And the situation was one where they've divorced and there's a property settlement going on. And then there's reports of things he's done 6-7 years ago. Like, fuck me. She never told anyone, never told the police. So it was a pretty easy day in court. That was Monday, good start. Fuck, the Tuesday, guy attacking his brother with a machete. It was interesting because it was all on camera. Having to explain that to the client, showing them the footage, realizing that they were them in that video, and that was the knife.
You were defending the person that got done in the video, like you were the.
Yeah, we were arguing about the size of the knife, literally.
So you're a defense attorney, right? Like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
defend.
yeah. So we-
okay,
Oh,
on the
so you're
defense.
always backing the guy that's in the wrong, trying to get out of it.
Hey, sometimes they're in the wrong.
Okay.
Sometimes
Okay.
they're
But
not.
just quickly before you continue, did you choose that, or did you sort of sign up, you do your training, and then they go, okay, you need to come on the defense, or the other side,
Nah,
or did you go, I want to be the defense guy?
Yeah, so you do your law degree and all that crap, and then you choose what area of law you want to do. So you go criminal, and then from there it's sort of like, what do you want to do? You want to be a police prosecutor?
Yeah.
So that they actually don't have law degrees; they're just police officers with a bit of experience. Which
Oh,
is
wow.
I know it's a bit funky.
Okay.
And they're trying to put people in jail.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
and so they're in the lower jurisdiction, like the local court, and then obviously the DPP, which are like solicitors like myself who are prosecuting like really serious shit. I just don't like locking. I don't think I don't think jail's appropriate for everyone. I don't like locking people up for things that you, I, and everyone else do, which includes speeding and talking on the phone. I'm not saying I do that, or I'm not saying to do that, but like, yeah, I just like defending people, because a lot of the times, and I would say 95% of the time, people plead guilty, but they just want an explanation as to how it happened, or just sort of, not even a defense, but like they can validate why it happened. So 95% of my job is people telling me they've done something and me trying to water it down or diminish it. And then and that doesn't mean I'm saying or justifying their actions, but I'm providing an explanation as to why it's happened. So
they won't necessarily get off all the time, but they'll get a lesser sentence.
No, if I most of the time, people have got this crazy idea that you just win these cases and you get all of these freaks off. Doesn't happen. Like, it just doesn't happen, because there's obviously evidence to support these offences.
Yeah.
Like, here's just an example. How the hell am I going to get someone off if they've shot someone? Their blood's at the scene, their fingerprints are on the gun, that sort of
But
thing.
if someone comes to you with that, are you like, do you not take some because it might be bad for your rap sheet, or do you just go, because what if you're sitting there and all the evidence is, all the fingers are pointing to the guy you're defending, and you're like, I have nothing to rebuttal everything you've just said.
all the time, especially in like really serious shit.
And they've already paid you at that point?
Well, think of it like this. Some people pay me privately, which is really good, because you charge more money, obviously, because they've got the capacity to afford it. But a lot of people don't have the money, and a lot of people in the criminal justice system, they're on legal aid. So you get like a flat fee. So realistically, it's pretty cutthroat. Like, at the moment, I've got about 65 clients, all just with court proceedings at the same time. But like, for instance, I've had a sexual assault matters where the evidence is overwhelming, but all you can do is advise. At the end of the day, my job isn't to go out there and get someone off. My job is to go, all right, you've been charged with X. These are your options. You've got option A, option B, option C. If this is what happens if you're found guilty after option A. This is what happens if you're found guilty after option B. Yeah. This is what happens if you plead guilty. You know, I can only tell you this is where you're sitting in terms of range. Like, you're looking at a fine, or you're looking at jail time. So like a good example for everyone's like drink driving. Everyone's like, oh fuck, what's going to happen to me? And generally I say to people, well, the statistics say 72% are going to get a fine. So that's where you're looking at if you haven't got a bad traffic record or a criminal record. But really all I do is tell people, this is what I think is going to happen in my experience. This is what you're going to get. Sometimes you can sort of elaborate a bit further if, say, you've been to that court before a few times and you know the magistrate.
And there's a cunt of a judge, because there's always one, out of all the judges, I swear, there's always one that's just like out to get people. Whether he's like, say, especially if he's had a relative that's been involved in a hit and run, the driver was drunk, and you come in there going, I was drink driving, he'd be more triggered or something. Like, if the judge has
that's the thing. And like, you know, everyone, just like anybody, everyone's got predispositions to things, you know, like I might like the color yellow, you might hate it, you might like jelly beans and you like Smarties,
dildos,
you know what dildos, exactly. You might like Harry Potter and you
Lord of the Rings.
Everybody's bi.
He likes Red Riding Hood.
I like what you were saying before about your mentality with it, because a lot of people too that I've seen have kind of like a stereotype on defense lawyers.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it doesn't help that you watch TV shows and like Suits is an example of it. But like, you know, you've even got like The Simpsons, Lionel Hutz, where he's just fucking useless. And there's a lot of us are. But really, like at the end of the day, people think, you know, you get people off, which really isn't the case. And if you look into it like, statistically wise, and that's sort of where I like to try and base a lot of it, like my opinion on things is, people don't get away with murders. People don't get away with sexual assaults. People don't get away with serious crime, nor with the smaller stuff like the drink driving and, you know, the speeding offences. Like, we've got so much technology. The police have got so much time, money and resources to investigate crimes now.
They know if you did it.
Exactly right. And you look at, again, we see all these shootings every day or every week. The police have so much technology and they have so much power to obviously go into your house, get your phones, speak with other people. They've got police informants. Like, people know what's happening most of the time.
So your mentality is that because I remember you speaking about it last time you were on too, that you were thinking jail's not for everyone, right?
Nah.
So your mentality's kind of like, does the crime fit the punishment?
Yeah, and I think a lot of the time for me is obviously the way I look at it is expectations and reality is like, all right, you've been charged with X. But this is the reality of it. You're being charged with fucking drug possession 14 times. Like, all right, there's going to be a point where jail's the only option. But to me, I still see it as like, fuck, it's the last resort. And that the legislation says that as well. But again, you get, you know, a tough magistrate or a tough judge, and they're just like, well, jail's the only option for you. And then it also comes back to other things like the costs of rehabs. Like, so people that have got no money, how the fuck are they going to get into a rehab where they want $35,000 for them to do a 6-month course?
Yeah.
Like, because, you know, most people that are drug addicts or alcohol, you know, abusers, they don't have any money other than for the shit that they're fucking abusing. And even then, they don't have that money. Like,
yeah. So is a lot of it, have you ever got like a client that there is no choice for him? Like the only option is either a rehabilitation, you know, like type of system or type of punishment, and then you've got to then sort of go, okay, fuck, that's his only option, but this motherfucker's got no money. Is there funding for that kind of shit, or is it kind of like, is he kind of like fucked in that situation?
So the problem with shit like that is you get them into these rehabs where they're government paid or they're government run. But the problem is there's so many people wanting the services that I get emails frequently. I've had in the last probably 6 weeks, I've had 3 clients that all need rehab. And if they don't get rehab, they're not going to get bail because they're fucked.
Yeah.
But then I email these fantastic organisations and they're just like, look, sorry, we're not taking referrals at the moment. Try again in 6 months. And then you got to you got to call the client up, or they call you up and like, oh, how's my application going? And you're like, fuck, not very good.
Your hands are literally tied.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do anything.
But the problem is because you're generally the only person they talk to at all,
Yeah.
because legal calls are free. So, you know, remember when they're in jail, they're going to pay to fucking use the phone and stuff, but legal calls are free. So they're calling, I'm the only person they talk to. So fucking they're calling you every day like, oh, what's happening with my matter? What's this? What's that? Sometimes you're like, mate, like,
Fuck, man.
it's not good.
It's a tough gig, man. It's a tough gig.
Yeah. Well, look, it's a job at the end of the day. And for me, it's more about trying to get the best outcome for my client in the position they're in. And that sometimes means, you know, it sometimes means they're going to go to jail. But like, if I can get them less of a sentence,
you can lessen the blow a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's like you said before, that a lot of the time they know that they fucked up, or they know they done something fucked, but they're then just trying to tell their side of the story on why they did that, and then you're just then trying to explain that in the justice system.
I think in like, part of my job is like, yeah, you're smart, you got your qualifications, you know, you put a suit on and stuff. But I deal with people that rock up to court in footy shorts and thongs, which I advocate for. Like, I'd be all over it.
Relax, man. Like, you're already in a bad situation.
But,
Like,
like,
get comfortable.
Sometimes they just need someone to sit down with them. You build that relationship with them. It's like a sales relationship, essentially.
Yeah.
They want to build some trust with you, because fancy being told by some cunt you don't know, oh, look, you're going to get 2 years jail.
Yeah.
Like, and that's that. Like, sometimes they just want to know, oh, hey, can you call my mum, or can you call my sister, or can you call my partner? Tell them what's going on. Like, I know I'm going in. Like, they want to build that rapport, and then they'll open up to you a little more.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's hard when, again, they've got no money, they've got no nothing. Legal aid, give me the work, and you deal with them on the day, sort of thing. Like, it's difficult because then you've got to try and build that trust really quickly. Some people aren't going to disclose things that are pretty, significant in terms of like whether or not they've done something bad. You know what I mean?
You seem very compassionate, and I feel like it's a job that you have to have that human element. Like, a lot of people don't have the empathy.
It's
And
not just a job.
you
Like,
sound
it's not just a job for
anyone.
Like anyone. Like,
yeah, well, it's like if you work hard enough at it, the money, the financial rewards will obviously come because people want to use you. But it is, I like doing it because you can see how lucky. Well, I feel like I'm really lucky because I'm in the position I'm in. But like, you're giving back to people that have fuck all, and that's the nicest way of putting it. Fuck all. And what I'm doing is trying to make sure that they have something, and that is their liberty.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
Even if some of them are scumbags.
and look, a lot of people are that I represent.
But I guess it's like, I don't know, it's hard because some people, it's like, why are they the way they are? Why have they found themselves in that
Trauma.
position? So it's like, fair enough. Some people have no empathy. They have no empathy. They're like, nah, he did this, fuck him. But I guess, like you said, they want validation on why they did this and that. So if you tell them a backstory and back it up why they're this way, if they have a mental illness or their fucking parents abuse the fuck out of them, I don't know, maybe that'll get them off a lesser sentence.
And I think, like, again, when we're trying, it's not making excuses for them, but it diminishes their culpability to understand what they're doing. like someone that's using ice and then is breaking into houses to steal shit to buy more ice. You can clearly see what they're doing. They know that it's wrong, but they can't help it for the obvious reason they've got a drug problem. But then it does get tricky with those more serious stuff, especially when there's like offences involving kids. It's like,
Oh, that'd be tough, man.
Yeah.
But like, again, it's a job, and I like to say, and I always say, well, like, how can you represent this person? Well, if I don't do it, who's going to do it? And the answer is really no one. Like, no one really wants to put their hand up for someone that's done horrible things to kids or to women, or, you know, there's a bunch of shit. You name it, like, people have done it. But again, I try and split, like, you come home and you just put it out of your head, because at the end of the day, the result they get, it's based on obviously your skills, but it's also based on what they've done.
Yeah,
Like,
of
you
course.
I can't
the
change
reality.
it.
Like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how good you are as a lawyer. If some cunt's killed someone and there's evidence against it, all you can really do is like shorten the sentence.
Yeah.
And that's your job.
You can't
that's
just
it.
be like,
it's
all
not
right, they didn't do it, and fucking they're walking out the
like
gate.
you know he's done it, and you're like,
Exactly
okay,
right.
fuck.
But
like,
you get paid regardless of the outcome.
of course.
Yeah,
right?
you do.
Or-
You do.
Do you get paid more if
you
you
try
win?
to anyway.
It can change, right?
Well, the problem is if you're getting paid privately, it's a bit different because you're asking for monies up front. Well, if they're in custody, that person's not paying for it. It's probably their family members.
Yeah, they're sending money. usually,
exactly
yeah,
right.
okay.
And then sometimes you can have the breakdown in communications with the family members because for whatever reasons. But then like a lot of the matters I have, they're government funded, so you get paid a certain amount of money. So there's things that I could earn, say $1,500 for, that I could charge $8,000 for. But again, it's not about quantifying things per person or anything like that. You sort of just got to assess it based on what people can afford, what they can't
What their
afford.
budget is.
And given the complexity of the matter, obviously a drink driving matter is a lot different to a rape trial. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you can't-
This is gonna be a whopper. A
All right, let's make a drink. Wait, let's pull the drink.
This is gonna be a fucking whopper, man.
Shut up, you fucking idiot.
That's what she said.
All right, we'll
Let's do one more cocktail and then we'll have a little
Pick your
Phoenix.
poison.
Come in, fire breathing, suck
what's
my
that?
cock.
No, this is going to be fucked.
what is it?
Spy River malt whiskey.
Oh,
I thought it said soy sauce, and I was like, what the fuck are we doing?
God damn.
Jack, you can pick the garnish.
Yep.
Let's go in there.
Remember, keep them
Oh,
out.
whiskey's already fucked.
At least it's not absolute vodka again.
Oh no, lemonade. Whiskey and lemonade.
We might be onto something here, my boys.
Whiskey with lemonade.
And
Well, if anything's going to go
lemon.
with whiskey,
And lemons. Oh, let's
Right.
see.
bartender coming up.
This is whiskey, lemon, and lemonade.
yes. All right.
Oh my god, it looks like piss in a jug.
We've all failed our
Call it a
drug
whiskey
test.
sour.
We're back. We're back.
Whiskey sour.
Whiskey
Simple
sour.
name.
Phoenix. Yo. This is a whiskey sour, right?
Whiskey, lemon, and lemonade.
Yeah. Okay. We got done dirty with the double lemon. All right, boys. Test it out. Hey, cheers, boys.
I fucking
Which,
have.
which one was the mixer?
Doesn't.
It's got it on the cauldron.
That's the mixer. That's the mixer. That's not too bad.
You know that episode of The Simpsons where he eats the fucking sour gumball and he's hiding it and he's like, he stole it. He's like, not me. That's how I was feeling.
This isn't that bad. It's not that bad.
Oh, it's not that bad. Not that
It's
bad.
not that bad.
All right.
That's a whiskey mum gave me, by the way, a while back.
Yeah.
Shout outs to mum. Thank you for the whiskey.
Always shout outs to
I
mum.
love how like it's not that bad, but if you got that drink in a club, you'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Well, you wouldn't be drinking whiskey in a club, I don't think.
Yeah, that's
Fuck
true.
that. But it's not that bad.
Look,
it's not as
it's-
bad as I thought. The
Joey,
lemon's a nice touch.
I'm gonna say 7 just because a lot of effort
That's
was
a-
made with the straws.
Yeah, that's a 5.
No, this is at least a 5.
That's pretty rough compared to the other one.
Yeah,
Five
I reckon
for
it's
sure.
a 4 or 5.
All right. So
We're going to do pick your poison.
Yes, around the pick your fucking cock. We're gonna then deal. We each get 6 cards, and then the judge. So whoever's birthday was last, like most recent, random card puts it on side A. We all go through our 6 cards. What we think is hilarious, we then got to give them to the judge, and then we all discuss all the options. The funniest one then goes onto the placemat, being claimed the winner. The winner has to do a shot.
Yeah.
And there's no backouts, no pussying, no.
Just
The
do the
winner
shot.
has to just down it.
So it's better to not be funny.
Yes. So if you don't want to do a shot,
Don't be funny.
Pick the worst one.
Fucking
All right,
easy.
so whose birthday is closest? Is it Joey? Is it actually Joey? Or we just,
Mine was the 3rd of July.
I'm Feb, so
mine's December.
it's me then. I'm the judge. Mine's October 24.
Yeah.
That's in like
Right,
3
okay.
weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm the judge. All right,
You're
done.
the judge, so you get all these.
Yep.
I feel like the drink's getting better.
So, A,
That's when you know you're getting pissed.
tell every
It's
child,
the age. It's fermenting.
tell every child you meet that they're adopted. Now we go through our cards. Whatever we think's the funniest, you give them to me, and then we'd have a group discussion. Tell every child you meet they're adopted, and poop out a billiard ball.
Or poop out a billiard ball.
Or
So
poop-
tell every child you meet they're adopted, or
okay.
poop out a billiard ball.
Okay, tell every child you meet they're adopted, or drown a litter of kittens with your bare hands.
Holy shit.
Tell every child you meet that they're adopted, or never have better sex than you did when you lost your virginity. Or tell every child you meet they're adopted, or watch a video of your last sexual encounter with everyone in the room.
What the fuck?
Wasn't it swallow a billiard ball was one of them?
Poop out a
billiard
ball.
A pool ball.
I'm going to go with the drown a litter of kittens with your bare hands.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I
That's
forgot about that one. That's fucked up.
Yeah, I'll go with that. I vote for that too.
All right, well,
You've
Jack
probably
has-
had some clients do that
Jack-
before.
There you go.
Jack has to have a shot.
Pour it up. Oh, here we
Oh.
go. Jack the Wizard. Cheers, my boy.
Thank you.
Salute.
Oh, he smashed it.
Easy. Light work. Light work.
Obviously, you're going to get the most enjoyment out of this episode by watching it on the YouTubes as usual. We did drop our latest YouTube
Joey.
video, which we're getting a lot of love for. So thank you for watching. If you guys enjoyed it, please don't be shy to let us know what you want us to do.
We have the next video planned, I think.
Yes, the next
it's a
video.
Good idea.
The next video is planned.
Coming
Once
soon.
again, shout out to my sister-in-law Rose. She's got all the ideas.
She's an ideas woman.
Thank God, because me and Dylan suck.
But it'll be a fun video, man.
That's gonna be- that's gonna be a
maybe
funny
next week we can film. But
yeah, we got it. We got it. We
Surely
got it.
she get to shout out in the credits.
yeah, of
Like,
course.
creative
Yeah.
content
She's on the
is-
payroll. Ideas woman.
She knows. She knows.
I got 2 points I'll cut through. They're only short, very quick. One's a little fact I'll tell you right now.
We like facts.
Did you know 1,000,000 seconds is 11 days, right? And 1,000,000,000 seconds is 31 years.
Fuck.
Billion. Doesn't sound like too much. Like
I know.
1, 2, 3, 4,
But
5.
it's fucking 31 years. And that's the
Damn.
difference between 1,000,000 and 1,000,000,000. 1,000,000's 11 days.
Yeah.
1,000,000's 31 years. And
damn, okay.
this is the only point I wrote down other than Discord questions because I wanted to remember because we got a few. Did you guys see this guy, right? So there was this astrophysicist enthusiast in Dublin, right? He was walking on the beach and he found a mysterious hole in the ground that he thought was this big hole in the ground, and it made it on the news and everything in Dublin.
Oh, he was digging. Yeah.
He found the hole and he thought it was an asteroid impact, and he was confident because he'd saw a documentary. He's like, "This is I just saw a documentary about this. It's definitely." And he picked up a rock that was in the middle, and he's like, "See how it's flat on this side, so you can see that's how it entered the atmosphere." But then it was on the news and everything, and the news were playing along, and people, like onlookers, were coming and going, "Oh, it's so awesome that this happened here in Dublin." And
Oh
shit.
my God.
And then a couple days later, the video surfaced of guys digging the hole with plastic toys. There were just guys at the beach digging the hole.
That's
And
so
that
funny,
guy was
man.
so confident and so like,
poor guy.
Imagine having all that expertise and like, you know, everyone's believing what's going on. He's probably believed it himself and just, yeah, it was a bunch of cunts.
but the
with
funny
spades.
part is he was an astrophysicist enthusiast.
fuck.
He wasn't an astro. He
Yeah.
was just really
Yeah.
into space.
Into
and
it. He's
shit.
just into it. Yeah. I love how you say the enthusiast and you're like, oh, he must do it for work. You know what I
He's
mean?
not actually a qualified
Yeah.
anything. He just really is really into that subject. Like,
thought it
Imagine
was
that with
funny,
the
yeah.
doctor though. Like, I'm a medical enthusiast. Like, fuck.
That's a
I
classic
think he might
example.
be dying.
That's a classic example of like when you want to believe something, it's like it's cool to believe. You're all for it. You just jump on board. Yeah, I mean,
It's
like,
funny.
no-
You can see the video on the news and stuff. Like everyone who's there is like, "Oh wow, it's incredible!" that it's just a fucking big hole they dug.
like one of my favorite videos is the fucking bitch where they're interviewing these two joggers and it's snowing, and they're like, "Yeah, this is perfect jogging conditions. All right, see ya." And then they start jogging and they filming it and she
and
slips
she falls. That's so
and
funny.
she falls and bro, they're like, "Wow, yeah, good conditions." Like, bro, that's funny. All right, I've got a question here for our lawyer that I noted down so I didn't forget while we made these little cocky cocktail, cock sucking, yum yum yum, slippery devils. So, do you find are most of your clients the ones that are like kind of guilty off the bat, right? Are they all kind of linked with the same behavior or same like backgrounds kind of growing up? Like, are they all coming? Are most of them coming from fucked up backgrounds, or is it actually just a mix of people? Some people just doing a bad thing at the wrong time. Some people just having a brain snap, or this guy was getting abused, or is it mostly a demographic of like clients that have been getting abused or going through some rough shit in their childhood, and then they grow up to do illegal bad shit?
Bad shit, yeah. Fuck, you know what? It is. It's pretty much the case. Most people that I deal with have already got criminal records.
Okay.
And for whatever reasons, life hasn't been too kind to them. And it's sort of it's not a benefit, but it's easier for me with my job if they sort of know what the process is. They're not scared of it. They understand it. A lot of them are like, can you keep me out of jail? Which is cool. And again, that's my job, is obviously to get them a good outcome. But you don't really get, the only time I really get clients without criminal records are for really serious like child sex offences or like you drink driving charges. But again, like there's the disparity. You're either going to jail for a long time or you're getting a fine. But 9 times out of 10, most people I deal with, I would say, have got some form of criminal record. Yeah. And then you get like, you know, the traffic offences where people are like, I need my license. Yeah. Yada, yada, yada. But I find that a lot of people have had a really, really shit go. The state's a big state, obviously, we're the biggest. But the people you see, it's hard to, you know, just be like, oh, this is what they're like. But, you know, if I'm in Blacktown, there's a certain sort of group of people, just as there's a certain type of people in Fairfield and Parramatta, and there's a different kind of group in Waverley. But realistically, the work I do in Western Sydney, being pretty much the multicultural hub of the state, it's everyone and anything. But then when you go out rurally, obviously there's more Indigenous people. But I wouldn't say that there's one size fits all. But a lot of the people that I deal with have got fucking trauma. Like significant shit has happened in their lives, whether they're, you know, whether it's happened at the ages of 3 or 4, or whether it's happening as
they speak.
Yeah, as we speak. Like I have people coming up, like when I'm talking to them, they're like, oh, this is what's happened last week. And I'm like, fuck. Yeah. Like, all right, I can see why you're in a bit of a sticky spot, but I can't help you with that. I can only help you with what's at court.
See, that's what I was talking about with the compassion with you, is that you remind me a little bit of my missus, to be honest, because the mentality is just the way she would resonate a lot with the way you think, I feel like, because
he wants to fuck you. Is that what he's saying?
What are you doing after this? But, because it's just because like you a lot of people, they will hear that and say, oh yeah, they have a fucked up background, but who cares? They're a piece of shit. Fuck them. Yeah. Whereas you kind of can see why their brain is the way it is.
I think you got to have some sort of empathy and compassion with this though. Like you don't have to be like, oh yeah, I understand what you're going through, because if you say shit like that, they're just gonna look at you and be like, you're a fuckwit. And I always try and say to people, look, I don't understand what it's like to have lived that life, but I do empathize with it, and I'm sorry you had to go through it, but we're here for a reason, and the reason is you're in trouble. I need to try and sort that out, whether you've actually done something or whether you've just been accused of something. My job here is to present all of this to the court and try and make sure they can understand you as a person, so that it's reflective in the sentence that you may or may not get. Because sometimes people haven't done things wrong, and it's just, just because they're a shitbag or they haven't had a good start, they've just been accused of something. So my job is to try and get them out of that trouble. But then other times, you know, I've got to explain that, you know, they've been in foster care or they've been abused or they've got a drug problem, and I need to sort of go, you know, add on to that. But then I think the more important thing for me is like where I have clients that are significantly mentally ill, like without going into specifics, but people that are either just downright crazy or just do not have the ability or capacity to understand what's going on. And it's like, you'd be surprised at how many people, like you get people that live in these like what do you call it, respite homes, and they're abusing the carers and stuff like that, and they end up getting charged and coming before the court. Well, the poor bloke or woman, whoever it is, they don't understand the consequences of their actions. How the hell are you going to be able to say, oh yeah,
punish them?
We'll lock them up and put them in jail with Ivan Milat? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not really appropriate.
Like that chick in St. Clair who cut her mum's head off.
But exactly.
But she had mental. Right. She had mental. My mum.
No, that was just down the road.
Yeah, mum used to work at mum used to work at Erskine Park High with the like disability kids.
Yeah.
And she was
one of them. Wasn't
one of
she?
them.
100%.
And then
she
she's
was.
like, when she seen her face pop up on the news, she's like, "Oh my god!" She was calling her friends that used to work with her, being like, "What the fuck?" My mum loves a good gossip, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
she was just like, "What the fuck?" Blah, blah, blah. That was crazy. But like, did you hear that? That 70s show guy with the afro, that guy, he got done with a rape charge.
Rape charge.
And Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis have been
Tried to
kind of
defend him.
they've been kind of cancelled because Ashton Kutcher he's actually. He's like a speaker for like sex traffic.
Yeah, that's what's
sex trafficking.
suspicious. That's what.
So that's
yeah.
the thing. He's anti, obviously,
Yeah.
as we all are anti fucking sex trafficking. But he's the one that's really kind of like, you know,
Waving
carrying
the
the
flag,
torch, being
yeah.
like, this is
Yeah.
fucked. But then he puts this letter in of like a character reference, which, by the way, if someone does a character reference, does that mean they're trying to justify what they've done? Or like you said, are they trying to lessen their sentence?
Yeah, well,
Joey, no, I'm glad you sort of brought that up because it's actually a topic in New South Wales Parliament at the moment about character references for sex offenders and whether or not they should be allowed to use them. And again, when we ask people to provide character references, you're asking obviously for them to talk about that person in terms of what they know about them, how they know them, and that they're aware of what they've been charged with. And I do find it's a tricky situation, isn't it? You've got this person who has probably been a good person all of their life, but then's convicted of something that's fucking extremely serious. And now you're asking people to write references for them to talk about their good character. And it's sort of a slippery slope. So, you know, if you got a character reference from your parent, your mum or your dad or whoever, your family, well, obviously it's going to be fucking good.
there's like bias.
That's what I was
But,
gonna say.
surely they can't accept that. They
Well,
throw it out.
It depends on the context. I've seen plenty of times where you sort of say, well, I get it's self-serving, but if that's the only thing that person's got, then that's really, you know, that's all you can go off. But I think at the end of the day, and I think it's not something that obviously lawyers should be sort of handling. It's more of a public, I guess, public decision, like something.
Court of public opinion.
Yeah, but it's like, where do we draw the line with the character reference? We're talking about how good someone is in respects of X, Y, and Z.
But that's it's how good someone is to what they show the world.
But I
you
think
know what I mean? Like,
I think
who knows? what
It's
they're
more
like.
troublesome though with someone that is a really, really good person who's done nothing wrong, and you're trying to say, well, they're a great person, and then all of a sudden they're found guilty of X. Well, how do you justify that they're a good person if they've done that?
Well, haven't you ever had that person, that one friend or a few friends, whatever, that friend that they're a mad friend, but they're a shit partner to their missus because they cheat, this and that, and then or like they do something and they're fucked up. It's like, oh, that person did this to you. Like in that relationship, be like, he's always been a good friend to me.
See,
but it's like,
I'm glad to say I've never been in that situation.
Yeah, me neither, to be honest.
no. What I'm saying is, you don't know anyone that's like, or you've heard of someone that's run amok on someone, and then you're like, I can't believe he did that to her because every time,
But,
I met
like,
him,
he's alright,
he was a mad
yeah.
guy.
Yeah,
But the girl's
yeah.
like, he's a fuckwit, but it's like, people do shit, and it's like,
Behind closed doors, a different
obviously
person.
that's a lesser. What I was saying,
No, that is
a lesser degree. But I'm
you're right,
saying,
though, there's like the
people do shit, right?
the good bloke test, I suppose. And like I say to people, I'm like, well, this isn't a pub. You know, there's no good. You know, you pass the pub test that you're an right bloke. It's like, are you a good person? Like someone that's involved in charities, and you know, takes the time to, you know, coach the under sixes or, you know, volunteers their time to, you know, help the blind kids read stories. That sort of thing is really good. But you know, if you've done something that's bad, like especially with kids, how can you say you're a good person?
Nah, yeah, I think there's a line. Do you
And
know what I mean?
especially in like how the questions, and there's issues around it where characters raised and like it's a teacher-student relationship or something like that. You've breached a position of trust. It's a bit hard to say, well, you're a good person
Because you did it.
you did it,
Yeah.
yeah. But
Yeah.
again, I've got to play devil's advocate. Everyone's entitled for them to have those references put before the court, and it doesn't diminish what's actually happened, but it does provide some context as to
Background,
that person. And again, you don't understand the underlying issues that may or may not have happened leading up to all of that. Again, I know it's a lawyer talk to say it's not a justification, but you've got to treat everything on its merits, and I think that's why it's important in those matters you see on the news, but you don't actually see what happens in child sex offences or rape cases, where you don't actually see the judgment, you don't see the barrister advocating, you don't see the Crown making those submissions. that's why it's pretty inappropriate for people to comment, oh, you know, he only got X, Y, and Z. Well, you weren't there to see what was put before the court, before someone who ultimately is more educated than all of us.
Yeah.
Who then lays the law down.
I never thought about it like that.
Do you know what
yeah.
I mean? That's how I...
This wasn't that bad.
Do you know what?
Side
This drink is like a Long
disgusting.
Island. This is like a Long Island in terms of it's your enemy when it's full. And then you have 3 drinks and you're like, and it's like, hey, Joey, yeah, I'm not that bad, eh? And I'm like, yeah, you're not that bad. And then I get to the bottom, yeah, because Jack leaned over and he was like, this is actually all right. And I was like, that's when you know you're getting half cut when you're like, this drink's all right. When like
You're almost at the bottom, then it's all right.
blind. I'm blind.
Yeah, it's good though.
That's insane because I never thought of it like that.
Do you know what I mean? Though?
Yeah. So you see all these things on the news, and of course, the news are just showing you what they want you to see.
Yeah.
So straight away, you're like, "Oh, that guy's a fucking piece of shit." But there's been months of prep and trial happening, and the news are just sort of sprinkling in their bullshit, and then everyone's like, "Oh my god, fuck him!" But like. Yeah, obviously, whatever you might have done is that he's a piece of shit.
Yeah,
but there's so much shit happening behind closed doors that none of us have any idea about. Like,
do you remember the Tory Lanez, how he shot?
Yeah.
Who did he shoot in the foot?
Megan
It was
Thee
just-
Stallion.
He's
Megan Thee
innocent.
Stallion.
He
So-
is innocent.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard that
Does he need a
he
lawyer?
shot
Yeah.
at her feet, but the shrapnel from the bullet, I heard.
Bro, he wasn't even there. Have you seen?
what?
Have you
What's-
seen the evidence?
What's the story?
Bro?
Yeah, enlighten me here.
Yeah. Oh, you don't know.
No, I know he's a rapper or something.
Hold on a
Yeah,
second.
he's a
Right.
rapper. He got 10
sentenced
years.
to 10 years.
Listen to me.
Bro.
I'm gonna go on a tangent here, right? And any of you clip this as well, right? You motherfuckers don't know fucking shit. I've done my research on this fucking
what you've
shit,
done.
right? Listen to me, right? This
love
motherfucker,
unleashing this
this
Iggy.
motherfucker is innocent, right? So he kept saying, bro, he goes, bro, I wasn't even there. Didn't shoot it. Bro, they done the evidence. They ran the DNA. She was claiming he was in the front seat, she was in the passenger, and then he's shot the foot, whatever, whether it was an accident or whatever reason, he's shot her. She's claiming that. They've done swabs of the car. His DNA is nowhere to be seen in that car. He was not in the car. He was not there.
How?
But you want to know what's suspicious is that right around the time of this trial, he releases an album coming out against who? The elites, the Illuminati, the this, the that. Now, come on. Come on,
Your
bro.
Honor, it was the
Bro,
Illuminati.
this is like the guy in Dublin on the beach that's seen the hole. It
Bro,
was like
literally. So
this rock.
this motherfucker's fucking released this album, and you can listen to the album too. The album's pretty fucking gnarly, and he's going off. He's saying a couple of things and all this yada yada yada. The elites against us. Fuck them. They're doing this. They're pedophiles. All this shit. And then all of a sudden, he's found guilty of shooting Megan Thee Stallion when he wasn't even in the fucking car.
But does that mean Megan Thee Stallion would be technically, let's just say if we entertain this
An
conspiracy,
Illuminati, yeah.
she would
No.
be approached by a
Well,
higher up
no.
saying, listen, you
It,
gotta,
it is sus that you mentioned that too, because
Yes.
it's a similar thing to Russell Brand right now. If you don't
and
know,
now he's
Russell Brand,
cancelled as well now.
but Russell Brand recently, he used to be a party animal, sex addict, all that shit. But
As are we all.
self-admitted. But in recent years, he's been very spiritual, and he goes on
Yeah.
his TikTok and stuff, and he goes against the media, the mainstream news and shit. And now all of a sudden, he's accused of 2 rape charges, and he strongly refutes everything. Is it 4?
Yeah, it's growing. It's
So-
getting pretty bad. For
And,
it.
and the thing, when I first read about it, I was like, okay, this dude, I know what he was like before, so
Yeah.
it's like I don't put it past him. But then it's like,
but
I
would he
don't
have to
know,
really
man,
rape
but-
anyone, bro?
No.
If you were in the room with Russell
No.
Brand, I would drop my shorts and
Women
lube
want
up
to
my
fuck
ass.
him. That's what I'm saying. Women want to fuck him,
Yeah.
bro.
But,
Women
but,
throw
but,
themselves
hang
at
on,
him.
but you don't know.
You don't
the
know.
problem
You
is,
don't know,
but
but-
one of them is allegedly was a 16-year-old.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
see,
thing.
that's the thing. Look, you
But,
don't-
but the thing I'm getting at is, why is it when he used to work for the BBC, he was in the movies, he was part of the elite,
Yeah.
why wasn't it then? But now all of a sudden, when he's against them, all of a sudden 12 years
Yeah.
later, 20 years later, now
Yes.
it's coming out. You
And
know what I mean?
It is
It's just
kind of
strange.
funny how. And then why do they always seem to go with the allegations? It's always like allegations because
No innocent
I feel
till
like
proven guilty. No.
nowadays you're not innocent until
Well,
proven guilty.
I think you look
are,
at
but-
it in 2 ways. You're innocent until proven guilty in a court of
To the law.
but in the court of public opinion, you're already
Yeah,
fucked.
but the public opinion that matters almost more
varies
so
way
Than the
more.
court of law.
Especially if you're an iconic figure like Russell
way
Brand.
more.
He's into spirituality. Imagine him going on his podcast after he gets charged, preaching spirituality.
many?
So many people.
I don't think the media should be allowed to even comment on allegations or things until the result is out. I feel like because
they spin it out of control.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The media.
Johnny Depp thing, same thing. It went crazy.
You know what though? This is. I'm sorry, Johnny Depp fans. I'm not saying that he's fucking innocent completely.
No, we were talking about the same
between
thing,
both of those
Right.
two fuckheads.
He's innocent.
They were both just fucking
That's
in
what
a
we said.
toxic
No.
relationship that just got played out.
He's
in the
not
media.
innocent. He's not completely
But
innocent.
fancy. I am so against, and I watched with my partner the Johnny Depp shit on Netflix. But fancy letting the fucking world see your court case like play out. Like,
Yeah, because
It was
you know,
just silly,
do you
so
know? No,
silly.
again, do you know why? Because people, you don't fucking do your research. Do you know why that court case was aired? Because at the same time, Ghislaine Maxwell, aka fucking Jeffrey Epstein's fucking wife, she was going through her
Yeah.
final stages of her
friends
fucking
and lover.
She was going through the final stages
Yeah,
of her
fuck.
court case, and they were going to release apparently, as always,
A list,
the names,
yeah.
the list, the this, the that. They never fucking do. She was literally getting fucking sentenced at the same time that Johnny Depp allegedly fucking abused
And
fucking
they showed that
Amber Heard.
footage.
No, bro, bullshit.
But
no,
anyway,
it's all bullshit.
At the end of the day, we're all baboons. We don't know. We're just discussing.
No.
It's hard to see through
I'm
the
a
smoke
fucking
and
lawyer.
mirrors.
I fucking know.
But are you guys ready for another drink? Because I am. I'm waiting
blind.
for you guys.
I can see DZ in his eyes. He's on one, bro.
Yeah. I'm
you
vibing. I'm
you
vibing.
you actually
Yeah.
drink like a fish. Like
No,
I remember.
I don't
he
drink
does.
often.
He does.
I don't drink
You should
often.
see him at the family fucking get together. He fucking sinks them.
Bullshit.
He does that whole Spanish, like,
Yeah, yeah.
what is it?
Salud, pa arriba, pa abajo, pa centro,
Every drink he
ay.
does that, and he's like slumbering, like.
Yeah.
But I'm ready. Are you guys ready? And then we'll go through
Hey,
the
soft or
Instagram.
hard?
Suck my fucking cunt.
We'll go through the Instagram. We'll
So,
get another drink.
Make another drink. We'll do the fucking
Joey-
round. Get around. Welcome to the 80th special. Thank you
Wait,
so much.
wait. We don't cut until they see what drink
No,
we
no,
get.
I'm not cutting. I'm
Okay,
just.
all right, okay. All right, yeah. You sound like you're about to go to a commercial break.
This podcast is about to get even more rowdy, but we got to remember to try.
Smash this fucking
Phoenix sound.
We got to
start
remember.
glassing one
Penis.
another.
Suck.
We got to try not to cut each other off because we're getting
Yeah,
so
like-
excited.
No, but you know what I noticed too? If you watch any podcast or interview or anything, it is so normal. People cut each other off and then they just.
I hate that.
They
I
never.
can't
They
stand
never bring it back up again. They just forget about it.
To
And
be
what
fair,
that person
but-
was going to say gets forgotten.
For the
forever.
for the lay person here, if I'm listening to a podcast where there's a group of people on there, it's more natural though if people are cutting one another off. 'cause-
It's speech. It's
yeah,
like-
exactly.
Hey,
No.
right, I'll give you a hint on what this
Fuck, here we go.
this spirit is.
Let's fucking go.
Tequila.
Why did the Mexican push his wife over the bridge?
Tequila.
I hate tequila.
Not
All right.
guilty, baby.
Why did he push her over the edge? Because she was a fat
Here,
bitch.
Jack, you can pick the mix up.
I'll pick the fucking penis
Yeah,
here.
you pick the
Absolute
garnish.
Let me
vodka.
pick the penis.
Oh, yeah, Blue Prime.
Again? Oh,
again.
no,
Nah,
put that.
redo.
All right, give,
Yeah,
redo.
redo,
Throw
redo.
this one out. Throw
Yeah,
this one out.
Redo.
Sorry, Logan Paul.
We
and
ran out of
KSI.
Prime. We ran out of
Cunts.
Prime.
You guys can fuck off.
So here, pick another one. You guys can fuck off. All right. What's the garnish and what's the?
Oh, come on. Can I get another redo with that?
What is it?
Lemonade.
All right, yeah, we'll get rid of
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
We're-
no. Like,
we're-
get that out of
Yeah,
the
well,
way.
all right, one and done. One and done. We'll start doing. We'll
Third
just
time-
throw them out.
Third time's a charm.
Except the base alcohol. We won't throw out the base.
Red Bull.
Or there's only one can.
That's all right. I reckon you could
Do the whole can.
do yeah,
And
share around.
a fucking popping candy.
Oh,
can
so
they?
on the rim, you're gonna have to get that. Do you see the plate with the shit?
Yeah.
He's got this. Yeah.
All right, let's go.
All right, hey, give him the thing so he doesn't forget.
Give it to the drink master.
And Phoenix sound. Fire in, penis, flying, sucky suck, 3 dudes, 2 cups, suck.
I am the spider, and I'm telling secrets from above.
So what was in this again? What was the ingredients?
So,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
the
cocktail
ingredients for
master.
This one is tequila, is the spirit. Then we have Red Bull. And we have popping candy around the rim of the glass.
Okay,
I'm
Iggy,
starting
show
to
your
see
drink.
how these fucking bars and clubs and shit make their money. Like popping candy with like a drink, it just looks nice.
Bro,
but it
I'm telling you.
doesn't add much, does it?
Bro,
This will taste like shit.
No, it's going to taste good. When I've got money, right, we're going to open our own fucking tranny gay bar. It'll be the Trip Jacker bar, and we'll just all of us in undies serving random drinks with random gay names. We'll make a fucking killing.
That's
Can we have
kinda fucked.
Can I have a Wizard Wednesday and I'll be like the
Yes.
trivia host?
Wizard Wednesday, and we're all just gay wizards.
Leviosa, ladies
So-
and gentlemen.
We've got a round going. Judge. DZ's the judge. So the first card for card A is...
So don't I have to... Do I pick from my deck? Or?
Find out that your parents pay all your friends to like you.
Fuck, that's brutal.
All of us go through our cards and give DZ what we think's the funniest. Fucked up thing about this is that, Jack, some of your clients have probably done some of this shit.
No, they have. They have. That's the problem we've got here.
So it's... So are we all going to do a vote on which one's the funniest one?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think that's...
So it is find out that your parents pay all your friends to like you, or wake up in the middle of the night only to find your significant other masturbating to a photo of their ex.
Wait, hey, was that every night? Or was that once?
That's only once.
In the middle of, I think only once. Okay.
More
So-
importantly, it's only once.
Okay, I'll let it slide.
I'll let it slide.
Find out that your parents pay all your friends to like you, or get caught with terrorist training websites in your browser history.
Oh my God. Okay.
Is that a lawyer?
Guilty.
Find out that
Allah Akbar.
that's what the beard's for. Find out that your parents pay all your friends to like you, or have sex with a sheep, or find out that your parents pay all your friends to like you, or experience the pain of childbirth every time you poop. All right, I think my vote is for finding your fucking partner.
No. You got to keep the card we had there.
Keep
Yeah,
the original.
that is original.
No, the original was.
Yeah,
No.
find out your parents
No.
pay.
Oh yes, yes.
That's the
That's
original.
it. Yeah, that's what
Okay,
I'm saying.
sorry.
Come on, I know what I'm doing.
You sure?
So for me personally, I think it's a toss up between your current girlfriend fingering herself over her ex, or experiencing the pain of childbirth every time you poop.
I feel like it's childbirth's not an issue here. I feel like if you miss who's fucking having a crack.
About a million women out there have just cursed you for saying that, eh? But you're right. Childbirth isn't. It doesn't feel like much compared to the latter, which is
The pain
the pain of seeing your current partner fingering yourself. But imagine every time. Do you know how good is it?
What if?
One second. How good is it having a good shit? Being like, hey, I had one today. It was explosive. I was like, I was doing a job at Kashi, and I literally was getting
the client's bathroom.
No.
Oh, okay.
I was getting
on the lawn.
I was getting gear right somewhere else, and because I lost my license, I go, hey mate, I need gear from Bunnings. Do you want to drive down together down the road? We'll get some more gear for what I need to do the job. He goes, yeah, sweet. We're in Bunnings. And I seen the toilets there and I go, mate, listen, I was hanging to shit all the time, the whole morning working at yours. I can't shit at your place. I can't do it. He had a beautiful little family. I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
Somebody please.
Bro,
He had children.
Yeah, he had children. I was like, I'm not going to.
Beautiful little family.
I'm not going to. So anyway, moral of the story, I was like, I went to Bunnings, had a mad shit. I was like, fucking oath. But imagine every time you shit, you're screaming. Like imagine in the cubicle. Imagine in the cubicle all you hear is, oh God. Or your partner fingering us over. That's hard, boys.
To be fair, but what if your ex's partner was like Brad Pitt or something like that? Like,
Yeah, but it's still
acceptable.
Okay, first of all, I'm going to be real here. I don't care if it's Tori or whoever the fuck it is. If I'm given childbirth 2 times a day, fuck that. I'm going to choose. For me personally, I think childbirth every time you shit is worse. Because you can always leave
What's yours then?
Oh, fuck. You're selling it there because I'm going to do a shit more than I'm going to be worried about who fucking...
Okay, I agree. I'll go with experience pain every time you poop.
All right.
That's fucked.
All right, so I'm going to take a shot then.
So you go, that's your own answer.
I promise I didn't. I forgot that I did that. And
Bullshit.
So we keep the cards, right?
No. Give them to me. I've got to toss them away.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we'll just we'll do a new round because
yeah.
even though there's point, we won't keep points because
So Joey, the whole time.
Wait, honest question though. What childbirth? I can imagine it's quite painful, but what is it? What's the equivalent? What, like a kick to the nuts or
no,
something?
way worse.
I think women are overreacting with it, man.
So hang on.
I'm gonna be fucking real, bro. They're just overreacting.
So,
it's not that bad.
They just want the maternity.
But
Yeah.
it's like imagine pushing an apple out of your dick hole.
Could it be done? Is the question that I'm
but
asking.
anyway, we forgot to rate the drink. This tastes like shit. I don't like this at all.
This is a 3.
Pushing an apple out of
Your dick hole. This is probably.
fucking drill.
I reckon probably a 3. It's really not. It's got nothing going for it.
If it was more Red Bull, it'd probably be sweet.
Yeah.
but
It's a 2 for me, man. Joey, what do you rate the drink?
Yeah, it's a solid 4.
Oh.
Joey says a 4.
Yeah, of course he
4.
does. He fucking made it.
Okay, I got some.
Whose is this?
Don't worry about that.
I think that was an intruder.
Okay.
Intruder. Okay, let me go to my archive here.
Infidel.
So,
Hey, salud. What is it? Tell me
salud,
to
pa arriba, pa abajo, pa
Like it.
centro, adentro.
Infidels. Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
What'd you take a shot of?
It was water. It was water.
It was water.
It's fucking trolling us, this guy.
Okay, I said, what is the messiest experience you had on the drink?
Jesus.
Wes, shout out to you, bro. He's my boss's nephew I was talking about that I work with. He says, woke up on the sidewalk at 3 a.m. Then
Yeah.
Zexa says, I'm sure a couple of you have been there. Me personally, never. Zexa says, spilt drink all over myself, all over my pants.
I mean, that's a night out on the
That's a
drink,
night out on the
period.
drink,
That's
isn't
a
it?
normal
That's
night.
every night. Yeah. Carl Whitehill says, did you guys expect... Oh, I think he meant to put this in the other one. But he says, we'll do that last. Callan, Aussie slang.
Oh,
says,
slang beanos, man.
Says, one of the messiest nights I had was with you and Brad at that party
With
bus
his
going to
auntie?
Fiddler. Oh, it was a good night.
Yeah.
Jezza says, woke up with torn ligaments in my ankle. Holloway says, pissed in my snow boot.
Okay.
And then Megalodon says, getting in a punch up with my cousin and nearly being stabbed by him. My own cousin.
Fucking happy days, family.
How's that for family catch up?
Christmas. How was Christmas that year? But,
Jesus
Sounds
Christ.
like a normal Christmas for a lot of
No,
people.
hold on a second. Hold on. Just
Yeah.
stop for a second. Rewind. Megalodon is like the nicest guy I've ever spoken to on social media.
Well, apparently on the drink he's not.
I don't understand how it gets to that point.
With your cousin.
How could you ever fucking get in an argument with Megalodon?
That is like
he is a top guy.
Mega, send us a speak pipe next week.
No, he didn't.
Explaining that.
He's got one.
Yeah, but explain that.
Explain the punch on, bro. That's insane.
Surely that's just a build up of years of rage against one another, and
Yeah.
it's just exploded on
That's
Christmas.
insane.
Maybe one day you'll have to defend Megalodon.
Megalodon, I'll get your details after the show.
But
He accepts payments in bags. No, I'm joking.
what Carl Whitehill said, which I think he meant to leave for the other one, was, did you guys expect to have this many viewers / fans this far in? So Iggy, you can answer.
That's a fucking good question, bro.
first,
Because I mean, I don't know, because that's a good question. Because like I said, so last week we spoke about how now we're averaging like 95 listeners an episode, which that's fucking insane. Like, I don't care what any cunt says. Like, what other like podcast do you know that's like from this area, or just a normal podcast that's like a bunch of nobodies that we have 95 people listening every episode? That's pretty fucking gnarly. Like, come on, that's a good effort. But when I first started, did I think it'd get to that point? I mean,
Yes.
kind of. Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
no, like yes and no, because like for all you motherfuckers that know me, you know that I'm a fucking cocky cunt, right? So I did kind of have that like, yeah, this is gonna excel, but I also kind of like, I don't even remember starting this. I thought this was him. He says it was me. I swear
It
this
wasn't
guy
me.
messaged
No,
me and goes,
no,
bro, we should do a podcast.
You messaged me and said, let's do a podcast.
Yeah,
and like
see,
the
I
next
don't-
week we did it.
Yeah, see, I don't remember that at all. That's the funny thing. None of us remember how we started this.
It was you. You don't remember. I
him.
remember. It was you.
No, okay, anyway, so we get the point, right? So did I think it'd get to this point so far? I mean, yes and no. Do I think it's going to go further? Absolutely. But if it doesn't go further,
That's
I don't
alright.
give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if
We're
we
having
go.
fun.
I don't give a fuck if we go back from 95 listeners to 2 listeners. But we're having fun. We're dressed as gay wizards. We're having jolly old gay time. It's hectic. Like, I'm having fun. We like to catch up together. And again, shout out to my partner, bro, Jimmy W. We're big advocates about mental health, especially for men. How good is it for us just to get together once a week and talk shit? We talk about what at the start of every episode I ask, how was work, and everyone probably goes, oh, fuck, I don't care. You two probably go, I don't care. But that's just for me to go, I want to make sure these motherfuckers are good.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? But this is the difference is that way. Is that popping candy going like?
Yeah,
Sorry,
you
that's
can hear
me.
it.
That's me.
No, I'm
That-
enjoying.
that-
I'm enjoying.
Are you
mine
enjoying it as well?
Yeah.
You drink, you.
Oh,
Bro.
Iggy just dropped this drink.
This microphone stand.
Wait, that's a shot. Surely that's a shot.
Is
That's
that
a shot.
Yeah, you have a shot.
That's a
I'll
shot.
clean up.
Yeah.
I'll clean up.
Yeah.
Have you seen those? Have you seen those memes where it's like when you
Popping candy was throwing me off.
when you bro?
Sorry.
Do you have paper towels? Get some paper towels.
That popping candy was
Bro,
throwing
have
me
you,
off.
have you seen those memes where it's like when you get a bowl of rice bubbles and it's like,
Bro,
I love. Wait, that sound is so soothing. It's like rain on a tin roof. You're just like,
it is.
yes.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Good work, Red.
But yeah, I just wanted to say that like I don't care if it goes from 95 now back to like no listeners because I'm having a good time and I know that the boys we're having fun, we're having a good time, and it's all just love.
It's hard, but
Days that we're getting it done.
But that
Polished
was
off.
that's
Compared
a-
to these two, you don't count it. You just fucking
yeah, no,
split
I'm
half
gonna do a
yours.
shot. Yeah, that's my bad. This stand is a nightmare.
yeah,
I think
it
you're right,
looks like
but
that.
I think if you're having a good time
had to get it
doing
today.
what you love, who gives a
It doesn't
fuck?
matter. who's
Exactly right.
listening.
But that's a great question. Who asked that? Kyle Wathill.
Kyle Wathill,
That's a
mate.
fucking.
Kyle Wathill, I don't know yet, but fucking great question.
No, this guy, mate. This guy he's a switched on bloke.
Number
So
one's he's
so
up there, man.
He's a top fisherman. I get
Oh,
fucking,
mad.
I get tips from him on how to fish, but he's also I'm trying to help him like learn how to trade.
Get him on the pod.
Well,
I
he's,
think
he's from
yeah.
Brisbane.
Oh, fuck.
So that's why he gave me an idea. If this Brisbane, that's why he messaged me after last episode when we was talking about the Brisbane shows. He said, he goes, bro, if you guys actually come up here, let's do a YouTube video where we all go fishing together and shit. And like, he's keen for that type of
How
shit.
far
bro.
up
Like,
Queensland is he?
somewhere in Brisbane. So we're
I'm coming. I was up Brizzy a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, I'm coming.
bro, how good would that be?
I can't fish, but I'm happy to sit there
What?
and watch
Okay,
and learn.
Joey, I actually want to get your opinion because, and then I've got some questions for Jack from the viewers. But
Fuck, this popping candy is awesome.
yeah, you can hear
That
it.
popcorn candy really fucking
Okay.
tripped me out, bro.
So Joey is a newer addition to FireCast. If you've been a long time fan, you would have noticed the rise of Joey, our co-host, the third man,
The Egyptian thunder god.
the Egyptian thunder god, the man with the beard, the man with the plan, our cocktail mixer. I want to know your opinion. Since you joined the show, right, I kind of want to know your headspace in, like, I know you come here for a laugh and you're our mate, so we just chat and you're, like, down for a good time. But, like, what's your mindset on the actual business side of it? And did you think it would even be successful and worth doing, or are you just coming in for a laugh?
So initially, I came here because like the first podcast I did, my voice was shaky as I had the mic, I had the headphones.
You
and
were
I
a bit nervous,
I could
yeah.
tell like everyone that comes on here for the first time, you could hear the shakiness in their voice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not Jack, though. Jack was a natural.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Jack's good
most
for-
people, yeah.
Jack's good for a yarn, but we're like. I don't know, like I was fucking born to talk, bro. Like I sort of
100%.
so I was like, when I got on here, I was like, fuck. It just felt like because obviously, like I knew you guys obviously pretty well prior to starting it, so it made it that much easier. And then because it just flowed so well, I was like, bro, I want to come on here. Because I don't know why. Maybe it's me thinking I'm the main character of my own story. You know how sometimes you feel like you're more important than you actually are? But I'm like,
Wait,
yeah,
no, that's a good way
you know
to
what I mean? Like you're like, oh, people need to hear what I have to say. Because I'm like, I don't know. I like
People need to hear this.
Well, I'm like, I don't know. I like having a laugh. I like making people laugh. It's one of my favorite things to do, like ever. Like
Yeah.
just having humor, like receiving the humor, giving the humor. You know what I mean? And it's just like having that there, and having like a little vessel that we can just sit here and just
Vent.
talk shit and vent. And then, you know, I got good feedback from people. Like, I had a guy come up to me and be like, "Oh, you Joey from like FireCast." I was like, "Bro, I literally had a
That's
little."
actually crazy. Where the fuck was that?
But wait, we spoke
That's
about that on the
We
last
spoke about that.
But no
He-
mention names.
I
but
won't mention names.
Don't
but
mention names. Just
He
like
was a friend of a friend, essentially.
Yeah, okay.
And then he came to my friend's house, and I was like, "Oh, hey, man, never seen this guy in my life." Oh, well, I seen him years ago. Played
but
soccer with him.
Not exactly close.
Close.
Friend. Yeah.
But he goes, "Oh, I'm blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "Oh, shit, okay." And then he goes, "Oh, yeah, I'm friends with Iggy and DZ, or I used to be friends with them. You're a funny cunt, blah, blah, blah. Like, I watch the podcast all the time. Like, keep doing what you're doing." And having people just reassure you that people are actually listening. Like, because I reckon, even though, fair enough, sometimes our facts aren't completely straight, like MDMA growing off trees. Or whatever the fuck. But I feel like especially you, DZ, you weigh us out pretty well because me and Iggy, we can get off on a tangent,
when you're going
and we
to
can start
Indian
back
accents, like
Indian accents.
we
Indian
landed
accents.
on the moon.
Yeah, we can get very. We can.
This is fucking crazy.
Me and Iggy can say some shit that even though we're all taking the piss, right? Even the shit we say that are out of pocket, we don't believe it to our core most of the time, right?
Yeah.
But like it's
Except
good
for Tory Lanez, apparently.
Except for Tory Lanez, yeah, he's innocent.
But it's good having you there because I feel like you weigh us out pretty well and you just bring us back to the logical way of thinking, and you know what I mean? But
The only thing with me, I would love to sit here for hours, but the thing I think about the time, and I know like we could ramble for hours and hours, but it's like, so I try to bring it when you guys go off on tangents and shit. I'm like, okay, we gotta get back on the road. You know, we're chugging.
but like, yeah, I just my attitude now has drifted from like just a banter to like we together could actually make this something, and I firmly believe. And it's weird because I'm like, when I say I haven't really believed in much my whole life, I'm like, I don't know. I'm more of a realist, and I'm like, oh, I can't do this or I can't do that. I'm just from out west, all this and that. But as I get older, and just with work and just the field that I'm in, plus the boys that I know, now being on this podcast, 95 listeners a month, or not a month, per episode, sorry.
A week.
95 listens a week. Imagine getting 95 people in a room
and sitting
just in a square room and sitting them there.
Yeah.
So even now it's small now, but like, fuck, bro. Like, I'm not saying it's going to be like a Joe Rogan podcast, but like, you don't have to look up. I always compare myself to the ones that are already at the top, and that's the worst thing
problem
to do.
though is you can't be going, oh fuck, this is what Rogan's doing.
Yeah,
or this is what
right.
fucking
Comparison is the thief of joy.
Oh, absolutely.
So yeah, it's more of a business thing now. I'm like, bro, I want to chip in as much as I can because I want to make this something with you boys and then be a part of something that's growing.
I think that's what's again why Rogan is successful, but it's authentic. Like he's just been doing the same fucking thing for so long.
It's consistency,
And it's
bro.
just
Like,
yeah, exactly right.
I'm a massive. Sorry, I'm a massive advocate for consistency. Like the main thing about success is consistency. Keep going. Doesn't matter who's listening. If you enjoy it, keep doing it.
That's why I fucking asked Joey K to come on, because the first time he come on, like, yeah, he can say he was nervous or whatever, but if you go back and listen to that episode, that was a fucking top episode.
He had his shirt off.
He had his shirt off. We're laughing. We're talking shit. We're talking about music. We're talking about this. We're talking about
fuck
that.
me.
And it was just, again, he's so good at talking. And then Joey, it's just like, Joey's always been my mate. It's, you know how everyone's got that mate where you go to a party, you go to a bender, you go to wherever you go, and then you go home, and then you go to your significant other, and you go,
He's a mad guy.
Me and Joey just fucking spoke for 2 hours about fucking my dog who fucking got a broken leg. It's not a big deal.
We've never spoken about that ever.
But that's the example.
On the record.
That's the example.
Yeah. But like, yeah,
My dog never broke his leg, but that's the example. And but you still make that convo like fun. And and I'm talking my opinion, he's talking his opinion. He's like, oh yeah, but if my dog did this, and then we're just going off on each other, and we're just tanging. And I'm thinking, I'm like, bro, but why don't I? And I remember I DM'd this guy on Instagram. I'm like, bro, do you want to fucking like come on the pod? And he's like, oh, like really? I'm like, yeah. And then I'm like, did we just become like podcast like partners? He's like, oh my god, yeah. And then I'm like, bro, like
Iggy messaged me and he goes, I kind of want to get Joey on as like a guest. I'm like, all right. And then I saw how into it, because I thought like most people, like they have their mates who are trying to do something, music or whatever. We've dealt with it our whole life. You know, you're the mate who's making music. They're like, yeah, okay, that's cool, whatever. They don't care. So I thought Joey's like, yeah, okay, he wants to come. Sure, he wants to come on. But then when I saw how into it you were and how good you were at like actually carrying it as a host. So I was like, fucking oath. And I get a lot of good feedback on you. People message me about you and they say, Joey's awesome, man. And I'm like, yeah, that's why we got him on.
But it's weird because sometimes, like, don't get me wrong, half the shit I'm talking about, I'm like, I don't know when to shut up. So sometimes that's my default setting. But some people like just a bit of a ramble or like I don't know. Because like I said, I reckon we balance each other really well. Like, I feel like
100%.
a lot of the controversial thoughts come from this guy, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And then I'm like, and then sometimes he draws me in with his controversial thoughts. He casts the line, and then I go,
You're like, he's a bad influence on you.
And DZ's the guy going, no, come back to that. I'm like,
I feel bad like cutting like and trying to
it's
derail
good.
things, but it's
good.
because it's just time, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but end of the day, like you said, it's time. But I think with you, Joey, though, the beautiful thing is it's unintentional. These tangents and you wanting
That's
to
why,
have a yarn, though, is a beautiful thing. And a lot of people can reciprocate that with their friend groups. They just want to sit down, talk some shit, and just see where it goes from there.
And it's good that people like it. So if you're one of those 95 listening every week, thank you.
Come on,
we get a lot of
95.
Support the boys, I say.
That being said,
Let's get into triple digits.
Yeah, the man of the hour here, Jack. Well, the people left a couple questions for you, which I think we should start chopping through, and maybe we will
Do another drink.
do another drink first. Are we all finished? We'll finish.
Mate, we've had 3 cocktails.
Three, yeah.
I'm
Okay.
fucking blind.
I'm drawing a base this time.
I'll do
Right now?
Yeah, I'll go through here.
You do the garnish, and
We
Iggy
have
does
to
the
give a
mixer.
shout out to Joey with the cocktail mixing.
Yeah, our
mate.
cocktail wizard.
Oh, bro. I
Outstanding.
try my best, bro.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I need a couple more drinks in me, I think.
Oh fuck me!
No,
What?
we got the malt
Can
whiskey,
you-
but
can
we're
you
redraw.
Get rid of that.
Yeah, what's
My
that?
one's a little bit
Ballistic?
controversial. This is Coke.
That's okay.
Oh,
Whatever.
Coca-Cola.
We didn't
that's
mix it
okay.
up.
They're those little
Yeah,
rustic.
yeah.
That's all right.
Not the good
you got-
kind.
You got Coke, okay?
Not the good kind.
The white Coke or the Coke?
So the base.
Cocaína.
Hey, paquera las dos.
¿Por qué no lo- Oh, we got grape grog. All right. So
oh yeah, we haven't tried that
yeah.
yet.
So grape grog for the base. What's the
ballastic?
ballastic for the mixer? I mean for
Coke.
the garnish and Coke.
Coca-Cola.
Oh, grog and Coke. Would be
Coca-Cola.
shit. Do you want to try the grog before we mix it in a cocktail? This is grog, a drink that guys were inspired by quite a lot with how we run things. Cold ones, Aussie dudes. Shout out them. This is their new drink they recently came out with. It's grog. They got peach flavor and grape flavor. It's like a soju mix,
Oh
right?
fucking oath!
It tastes pretty good. I've already had it off air. So Joey, try the grape. Everyone have a sip. That's the grape flavor. This is the peach.
Oh, that's a good mix,
It's
bro.
not
Really?
bad. All right,
Okay.
here's the peach. You can try the peach and pass it around.
Fuck me, that's
It's pretty good, right? But unfortunately, the cocktail we got has to mix it with Coke. So that's
Oh my
why
God.
it's not bad.
That is
right?
fucking
I remember
good.
I did I studied
cheeky cunts.
in China for 2 months.
Yeah,
and,
you were telling us about that.
and fucking soju is obviously a big thing there as well. I know it's
Yeah.
a Korean drink, but $2.50 Australian for a bottle of soju over there.
And you get blasted.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck me, Dad.
Bro, when I went to Hong Kong, bro, on my holiday with my
not
missus.
bad.
1.6 standard drinks.
Yeah, it's a lot,
bro.
But keep,
I don't
keep
taste
talking.
that.
I'll
You
bring the
Buy 'em-
cocktails.
You can buy them at
Keep
Dan
talking.
Murphy's, and the fuckers. I think it's $13 a bottle, but it's 1.6 or something like that.
Yeah.
They send you downtown.
They send you downtown. They send you downtown.
They send you to snap your dick off.
That is beautiful. The peach one is
Bro,
fantastic.
First of all, right, shout out to Cold Ones. We're going to do something one day with them. It's just inevitable. Right?
They've already blown up.
Yeah.
Way bigger than
No. But we're the only other decent, hilarious Aussies out there, so it's inevitable.
It's all right. It's all right.
Shout out to them. We'll do some shit together someday soon. It's going to
Collab.
happen. Mark my words. That actually tastes delicious.
It does.
I've gotta give it
I'm
to 'em.
surprised that
I don't know what recipe they stole. Because that fucking tastes really fucking
The
good.
super secret recipe.
Yeah, like that's the Krabby Patty fucking formula.
Yeah. You have the Krabby Patty formula?
That actually tastes really fucking good.
SpongeBob.
Is that, wait, off topic, is that show still running? Like, is SpongeBob still like,
I don't think
No.
it's actively running, but it's always playing episodes.
Yeah,
or is
right.
it still? Surely it's
like,
not
it's not
still
like The
making-
Simpsons that is like, they just can't.
No.
Yeah, the creator died.
See, someone wrote.
Yeah.
Someone wrote on my hard hat, Jojo Shabadoo, and I didn't because I've never really watched The Simpsons. I don't get any of the references. So then when I said it to the other boys, I'm like, "Who wrote Jojo Shabadoo on my hat?" And everyone at the table started cracking
Pissing
up.
up, yeah.
But they didn't write it, but they just knew what it was from, and they showed me the scene where it was from, where he's like, and the guy goes, "Jojo Shabadoo," or like, who would have a name like that? And then one guy ends up going like, like crying, like runs out of it.
I fucking love The Simpsons.
Right.
It's just it's one of them things.
I want to bring up a topic, by the way, after we're done this.
Okay, I do have some questions for
Actually,
Jack, but we'll go through Joey's.
Name of drink.
The name of drink.
Yeah,
So-
because this is, if you forgot, this is Coke mixed with grape. Well, both flavors of grog now. Coke, grog, and a bala stick, which is one of these as a garnish.
I'm glad it's got a name. I never knew it as a bala stick.
Me neither,
It's called like a
until I bought
yogurt
them.
stick and shit.
We'll call it the ballistic grape.
The ballistic grape.
Well,
ballistic penis.
here's to
Mix
the-
them up with your bala stick because I don't think it's mixed very well.
Alrighty.
Joey looks like he doesn't have as much Coke in his.
That's
His-
okay.
Yeah. That's
Salud.
better for you.
Salud.
Pa arriba, pa abajo, al centro, pa adentro.
Arriba.
See, yeah, the Coke's very subtle, so it's not bad. It's just like
that's all right.
it's just like grog.
The grape overpowers that.
I'm really glad it does.
So there was this, like pit bulls, right? The breed of dog. They interbred like it's like the pit bulls are on steroids. It's called XL bullies.
Oh, yep.
And they're real large bullies, just like muscly motherfuckers.
Yep.
And when they're fully of age, they're like 70 to 90 kilos, especially the males.
Oh, fuck. So
right?
big dog, yeah.
And in Birmingham, in England, there was a case, and there's a video on TikTok. I won't show you now because obviously for the viewers, they can't see it. But there's a video going around on TikTok if you want to look it up. If you type in XL bully on TikTok, it'll come up. There's an XL bully that like attacks this 11-year-old girl and leaves her with all these wounds. Then these guys come in and they try to save her. And then the dog turns on one of the guys and starts chasing him. And this guy's running, right? And he's running. And he ends up at a servo and he's running around his car. The dog's chasing around his car. The dog goes the opposite way and goes, boom, and gets him, right? And gets him by the arm, drags him down to the ground, trying to get on his neck and stuff. Anyway, he's trying to like get rid of this bully, right? This guy comes in with a stick, starts hitting this dog, and then the guy goes for the other guy. He's chasing him around the car, right? And this dog is just relentless. Usually you'd think that the dog's going to give up, but this dog's hitting the legs trying to attack these motherfuckers. And then no one gets killed, luckily, but there was another case in England where this 52-year-old man went to see his mum at her house, and his mum's obviously, like elderly.
Yeah.
And she was at the front, he was at the back. He hears his barking out the front, and his mum screaming. He runs out the front. The next door neighbours, 2 XL bullies, have escaped out the front, gone over to her front yard, started attacking her. The 52-year-old man went out to try and save her, and the 2 dogs mauled him to death. Him to death, right? Now people are saying, ban the XL bullies, right? But I want to hear your guys' opinions. There's 2 thoughts, right? 2 schools of thought. Ban the XL bullies breed because originally they were bred for fighting, because they're not your typical, they're interbred to fight, yeah. Right? So there's ban that breed, just have normal pit bulls or whatever. But then there's the other school of thought, which is it's nurture or nature, whereas meaning like if you bring that XL bully up, no matter if he's bred to fight, if you bring him up to be a good dog. Let's just say you have a newborn and you're like, and it's a pup and he's grown up around your newborn, and you train it well and you raise it well. How many XL bullies are out there, right? And people that have XL bullies that are really well behaved, they're like, why should we get rid of our XL bullies when we've had no outbursts or no problems with it? But isn't it onto the owner? So that owner of those 2 dogs that mauled that man is getting tried for negligence of like your pet or some shit.
Yeah,
like,
right.
As in like you're not looking at, obviously I'm butchering the term.
No, don't stress.
But there's something about like not just negligence of your pet. Because clearly, right, do you believe that even though you got a dog that's bred for fighting, right, do you believe that if you raise that pup right, because there's cunts in India that have fucking tigers and lions and shit, right? Yeah. And you know those videos? Yeah. You know those videos where it's like, and it's got its mouth, its head in the guy's mouth, and it's just like fucking, the tiger's just on its head, just doing whatever, and just playing. Like, what do you believe?
I've seen many videos of pit bulls, right? And I saw a video just the other day of a pit bull attacking a horse, and the pit bull's relentless, and the horse is going easy on it, but finally the horse gives it a good kick, and the pit bull flies fucking meters across, right? And it's always pit bulls I see, and there's a reason they ban these dogs, right? So in Australia, I think there's 6 breeds of dogs that are banned. There's the Dogo Argentino.
Well, what's the first one?
Dogo Argentino. That's what it's called. Argentinian dog.
Yeah,
right?
they don't like them.
They're banned because they're just fighting dogs, right?
Yeah,
they're always white, pure white, and they're fucking nasty dogs. Same with pit bulls.
So they're a bunch of jacks running around.
No, they're legitimately, but
they're bad dogs.
Literally just they're bred for fighting each other. And they're not dogs that you take down the street for the dog park.
And they're banned here. And there's I think 5 other breeds. Pit bulls are one of them that are banned here, and I think they should ban them. Like maybe the owners who have them now, let them have their dog and let the dog live out its lifespan, but no one's allowed to get a new breed of that dog.
Does it?
Let it phase out. Because they are dogs. It's always pit bull videos I see.
It's tough, but because you get people with dogs especially, they all want these big dogs and they've got little or no backyards. And then, again, if you treat the dog like shit, it's going to be aggressive. You've got a small bit of land, it's going to be aggressive about that. If it gets out, it's going to be aggressive. It's going to do what it does. It's nature. But I suppose if you raise a kid shit, it's going to be a shit kid. It's going to more than likely
Yeah.
break the law. What
But
do
it's
we start
like-
putting kids down as well?
But it's like his Dachshund, right? His little sausage dog he took to my nan's and it almost fucking mauled the rabbit. You know why?
Yeah.
Because they're hunting dogs. They're made for going in rabbit
true.
holes and getting hairs.
It's in
so
her
it saw the
instinct, yeah.
rabbit and it wanted to fucking eat the rabbit.
But
You
again,
know?
But mauling a rabbit or a human, it's completely
devil's
different.
advocate.
Yeah, of course.
I'll forgive the
we're
dog.
we're all primal when it comes to it.
Yeah. Look, I'm not going to lie. I wasn't happy about her mauling the rabbit, but a little part of me was kind of like...
It
"Oh,
almost mauled the rabbit. It
she-
was in the
she-
cage. It didn't get the rabbit.
No,
by
no,
the
no,
way.
no. We took him out of the cage and then it bit her
Oh.
head.
Well, we've got the alleged
Fucking
rabbit
hell.
mauler right next to us, and we think she's
yeah.
adorable.
Look at her. That's the rabbit
That
mauler.
is, that is what you're
That's
calling
the rabbit mauler.
a killer.
Good timing. Yeah.
It bit-
Alleged.
It literally bit the rabbit on the face and ripped a bit of fluff out, and the whole family will kind of like laugh.
Look
and
at
like,
her.
Yeah, if you're not watching
Like-
this, we got Iggy's brown dashhound
Yeah.
Daisy.
on Joey's
Also
lap.
known
right?
as the brown killer.
But like, obviously, I don't ever want the dog to do anything bad. But a small
Yeah.
part of me was kind of like, fuck yeah, like this is like she could be a hunting
hunting
dog.
dog,
Like, I
yeah.
could take her hunting. Don't get me wrong, I don't like killing animals.
Don't get any ideas, Daisy. We just
I don't like hunting, but I knew if I could take her hunting, she'd have a good fucking crack.
But what line
Like-
do we draw? Like, what if I've got a fish that fucking eats ducks?
Look.
Off? Suddenly, it's a danger to the fucking world.
That's a question I got
Do you
for
know
you.
what I mean?
Have you ever dealt with a case there was an animal involved?
They no. So it's funny you say that. Not directly. You do see occasionally the RSPCA act in matters where the police don't take over it. The RSPCA have their own advocate. A lot of the time, it's for neglect. Like, it's not even for the dog or animal being a fucking crazy, demon. It's about the fucking owner
Shit owners.
not feeding it or fucking, letting it scab up and have fleas and shit all over it. But it does happen. But I think, again, it comes back to Australia's pretty stringent with, like, animal laws. Like, if your dog bites someone, like, it's pretty well fucked. Like, it's going to get put down. There's going to be notices, or they're going to tell you your dog can't go outside.
We had a dog put down once at our dad's house. I used to have these two this German Shepherd was a big boy. His name was Osso. He was a big dog,
That's
and
a cool
he
name.
mauled a dude in a wheelchair with his
Oh,
little Shih Tzu.
That was a scary
and it got put
situation.
down. The dog got put down.
That was very
But see,
scary.
like that's a pretty.
That was very
it
scary.
was bad. We were playing soccer outside. It was our
he-
fault.
he
We
got
left the
out.
gate open. He
Yeah,
ran
yeah.
out and got
Just
the guy. But
fucking-
it is a grey area because obviously the owner. It's hard to put yourself in the owner's shoes, and it's sad.
you have to have some owners. Like the
what
owner has to cop some of the.
What
blame,
about
though.
what
Of
about
course.
though, not even in a like bad dog way? Why the fuck should people own Siberian Huskies in Australia when we've got fucking 45 degree
yeah,
summers?
well, exactly
Do you know what I
right.
mean?
That's true,
Do,
though.
do we
Yeah.
go? All right, you can't have one of them. You can't have a pit bull. You can't have a husky. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
at what point
That's
do
true.
we draw that line? But I suppose it comes down to the safety aspect of it. Hey, like you don't want to. If you're not, I don't.
I was thinking about this the other day. It's funny because everything is a grey area. No one is right about anything. We're just trying to figure out the best way. There's so many
well, like it's
reverse,
But what about like
who's
for me-
right?
For me, with cats are like one of the biggest killers of native animals in the whole in this country, and we've got a lot of beautiful native animals. What do we just start banning cats because they're killing koalas and possums and?
But they're not
fucking-
killing humans.
Well,
that's
but
the thing.
didn't they introduce a law recently where
Unless
they're
they're-
more lenient towards killing cats now? Do you know anything about that? I think we might have got a question about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we'll go through the questions now in a second. But have you heard about that? Apparently, I've seen that the government's now, it's very recent, like last week, that they're more lenient on killing cats and trapping cats.
Can I
Yeah, go.
put forward my theory on that? I think the reason why they're more lenient on killing cats is because cats have a certain primal energy that dogs don't have. Now, dogs originally were probably descendants of wolves, right? Like back in the day.
Yeah.
But now we've kind of,
Domesticated.
we've cuckolded them that much where they're like, they're literally like our best friends. And they're like, yeah. But cats, don't get me wrong, my Mrs. Tori, she loves cats, right?
I love
and
cats
I
too.
like it. Now I like cats that I've been around them more. But you got to admit, they have that cold side, which a lot of dogs
Don't have.
besides the XL bullies or the fucking
Yeah, besides
that,
that, yeah.
they don't have, right? Like
This
you get-
guy's an advocate for
Cats
Peter.
don't give a fuck about
Bro,
you.
you get
Cats don't care.
if they only
They'll
love,
eat you.
They love the ones that feed them. And if you're dead, I guarantee you, bro,
It'll
if you
eat you.
die within
probably
hours,
feeding
2
on
days,
you.
they'll be feeding your balls or
Yeah.
some shit.
No,
yeah.
I agree. No, you're right. I feel like cats have got that, but it's like that. Like they do not care about anything
Well,
but themselves.
Pound
and
for
then-
pound, they're
yeah.
the strongest cat or some
Yeah.
shit. But my mate said his cat, who was pretty well behaved and everything, as a kind of gift for them, because it was an outdoor cat and inside cat, it would go on a hunting spree. And one morning, they woke up and they walked out the door. There were 6 dead rats lined up right in front of their front door because the cat apparently brings it back to the owners as in like
For a gift.
a gift, as in like, hey, see what I done? And they have 6 rats. He reckons, including the tail. These things were like that big, bro. And they had 6 of them, like in a line. Isn't it strange how the cat could have been like one rat at the front yard, one rat around,
but he lined them up.
No, literally lined them up.
It's pretty sadistic though. You think about it.
Hey, bro,
That's crazy.
I'd rather the dead rat than a dead cat. Like the rats, the rats are bad. They're bad
Oh yeah,
pests.
but then it's like the owners have to clean up those dead rats.
But while we're on a similar
tangent.
on a similar path, I
Great
did ask.
question. Great. Just thanks for bringing the topic up.
Great
But it's a
topic.
good like.
Yeah, it
it's
was a
an
good
iffy
point.
one.
I love it.
It was, I said, special guest lawyer Jack is returning. Leave a question about law/court.
Oh fuck.
Zexa says,
We should have the SVU. Dum, dum.
apparently, what's this new law about the government wanting to know where your money comes from? And I think he's talking about how like people apparently when you withdraw a certain amount of money or something, the government. What have you heard about? Apparently,
Yeah, I don't think that's a new law. I think.
I
like,
think they've always been like that, right?
There's a thing called the Crime Commission, which isn't court, but it's a fucking setting where if you've been accused or allegedly involved in criminal activities, they want to please explain. Like,
If your 10 grand comes in or something.
yeah, well, the thing is,
Or whatever it is.
there's matters where, if you're paying $1.8 million in cash for a house and you've got no explanation as to how you got the money.
and you work as a bricklayer,
and
It's
you're,
like-
or you're on Centrelink, and like, fuck me, like, there's going to be some please explains. Again, it's, you look at it from both sides. It's like, oh, this is an invasion of privacy. Why should I justify having to, show how I've earned this money? But at the end of the day,
There's an extent,
if you haven't done anything wrong, why the fuck would you be worried about justifying where you got the money from? Like,
Yeah.
if you actually got paid that money for doing a cashier on a fucking Saturday, you wouldn't be like, oh, fuck, I've got something to hide. It's for people that are concerned about where their wealth's coming from.
Drugs
They're saying they live in a social housing area, but they've got fucking a Lamborghini and fucking 6 Rolexes.
Well, what's your opinion? I'd like to know because as well with something like trading, which is what your new career is a lot involved with, and what I'm dabbling in, and what we're very heavily basing how we fund all this on. Trading is a bit of an oddball thing.
But wouldn't you boys have to disclose certain tax?
No.
You have to do your own tax, right?
already,
Yeah.
It's 30%.
So here we
Of
go.
every
So
trade.
You do it too in business.
I'm going through this right now. So I did, mind you, I think it was 2 episodes ago. You can ask Joey K. He was here when it happened. Who did I get a phone call from? The fucking bank. So long story short, as you all know, if you listen, the only information that really gets shared the most is on this podcast. So if you listen to this podcast, you know that by now I've quit my 9 to 5. I'm trading basically full time. Almost full time, right? And what happened was, so I started my own business in that with a business partner. Shout out to Jimmy W, who's on the podcast a couple, maybe 10 episodes, 20 episodes ago, whatever. Great dude. So me and him are working together. And so we started our business. We got it all set up. I was talking back and forth with accountants and yada, yada, yada. Me and him had to go to the bank and do a fucking sit down, set up the account. And they were asking us what we were doing, all this shit, right? Just your typical shit. So then it all got set up, and then you think it's all smooth sailing. You're like, yeah, man, we're ready to go.
Yeah.
What happened the second that I deposited money into my brokerage for my trading? Boom. I instantly got so I transferred one lot of money. Happy days, I went through. Yeah, sweet. Okay. I can't really trade with that money that I had in, so I'm going to go a bit more. Boom. Go again. Bang. Locked out. But I didn't know I got locked out because I deposited thinking that it was in. We then go to record the podcast. I think it was maybe episode 77 or something, 76.
2-3 episodes.
Couple
ago.
weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, so maybe 78, episode 78. Before this guy gets here, I get locked out of my bank. And I'm like, what the fuck am I? That's fucking weird. Trying to get in my bank, I can't get in the bank. And then I get a message. This is an emergency. Please call us. There's a bunch of funds missing. And I'm like, what? I'm like, what the? I'm like, fuck. I'm like, this is my fucking business account. So then, boom, I ring the bank, get it out. And then they're going, yeah, look, And straight away, it was this big like misconception of thing. But again, they're just looking after. They're doing their best to look after your money. So then I don't come back in 2 months and go, "You lost my money. Where the fuck is it?"
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
again, it's kind of like a.
It's a good thing they were so onto it.
It's a good thing as well. It's a good thing. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Mate,
Fucking
hey,
it is. You're like, where's my like?
I wasn't complaining. I was on the phone. I was like, "Hey," I was like, "Look." And then the guy's like, "Look, this happened. Did you transfer X amount? Do you know what this is, like my brokerage name? Do you know what this is called? They're called Pepperstone. Have you heard of Pepperstone?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, no, that was me. Like, "Oh, like really?" I'm like, "Yeah, that was me." They go, "Oh, so what's Pepperstone?" "Okay, explain what I'm doing, what my business is about." "Oh, so what's your business?" "Okay, yeah, we're trading, investing, yada, 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 whatever bullshit, whatever." Get into it. And they go, "Oh, okay, fuck. We're really sorry, but like, yeah, we just automatically gets flagged."
It's out of character. you
Yeah.
know, yeah.
And I was like, "No," I was like, "Bro," I was like, "Thank you." I was like, "Thank you." I was like, "That's mad." I'm like, "Thank you." But
No, thank you.
I was like, but this is like, I'm like,
For future reference,
I'm like,
there might be some money coming
That's,
through.
that's the purposes of the bank, though. Like I've had people I've gone to uni with, and their job was specifically to target people that were, say, for instance, the transactions on an account were $10,000 maximum in a day. Like that was the people. His job was to target people who would do
Over that.
$9,999, so they could do like multiple transactions in
Yeah,
a day.
yeah.
And they'd flag it because then they'd be like, "Well,
What's
why
going
are you
on?"
moving all of this money? Like, what reasons do you have to do that?"
And then he replies, "All I do is win, 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 no matter what. I got money on my mind."
But in short, basically, it's always been that way. The government's always kind of wanted to keep tabs
Yeah.
on your money.
But imagine being overseas,
tax and shit.
overseas and shit. Imagine being fucking in, I don't know, Darrow Town in Barcelona or some
Darrow
shit.
Town,
And they're like, they transfer funds and the bank's like, I don't know. I
Yeah,
try
they
to
pocket
do
it. They
yeah,
pocket
it's like, but I'd love to know that like the bankers out there doing
Looking
their
after
fucking
you.
job, bro. But like,
Well, that's what your fucking account fees are for. You'd think so.
You're paying
Yeah.
for.
That you are
But
paying
on a
for
similar topic, Jezza says, "For Jack, tax evasion. How do I do it, and how can I get away with it?"
Jesus
I know how
Christ.
you get away with it. You just don't ever pay a tax.
So, Jazza, I'm going to give you some free legal advice. Do not ever make admissions to tax evasion. 'Cause one, it's a crime. Two, it's called tax minimization, which is perfectly legitimate, and you need to go see a tax accountant about that.
You need to go invest in Haiti or something.
But
one of those
fuck me,
countries.
do not be trying to say you're evading the ATO.
Because they
the
will come for you.
ATO, they've got
They're
I
onto
know.
it.
they're better
onto it.
investigators than the police.
Yeah.
If there was a murder and there was missing tax money,
You get the
they're
ATO,
fucking
yeah.
gonna fucking come up to you, brother.
Jezza also says he left a couple questions.
I'm glad he did.
What do I say to a cop if I'm caught with narcotics?
Well,
That's a good one.
Depends on the situation, right?
yeah, it definitely depends on the situation. Mate, if you're caught with narcotics, well, they've obviously got to stop you for a reason, don't they? So I would say nothing. If they're going to arrest you and search you, let them do it. Don't talk and then call a lawyer. There's your answer.
Have you ever? Is there ever? Right? Is it? This might be.
Yeah,
this,
wait, yeah.
this might be some US kind of shit, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
have you ever seen something and you're kind of like, the cops kind of planted this. The cops are kind of on the
Not planted. but
like the big fucking pallets of bricks during the Black Lives Matter. Was it the George? What was it? What was the guy?
George Floyd.
George Floyd. When they apparently
Floyd.
there was random pallets of bricks everywhere, just out in the public, and people were like rioting, and they're like, "Oh,
look at
what's
the
these bricks?" So I reckon that shit, implanting like bricks to be like, "Hey, have at it."
But have you ever seen anything where maybe you thought the police are kind of on the dodgy a little bit?
Yeah,
here?
yeah, I have. I've seen matters where
That's a bit scary. To be honest.
I've seen matters where police have
Mainly in America, right?
obviously. I'll give an example. I've seen where cops have come to a house and entered the house and found things that they shouldn't have, and then come back and then executed a search warrant to then find the same things.
So it's more of like a justification for the search warrant, right?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
illegally, my argument was an illegal search in that matter, and it was successful because it wasn't a legal search. But generally, with possessed drug matters, you're looking at one of the first things you'd look at whether or not the search was legitimate. So, like, if you do or do not have drugs on you, like that's your own problem or issue. But if the cops are pulling you over because your tail light's out, well, there's no legitimate reason to start searching you for drugs, is there?
And then they find heroin in the boot suddenly.
Yeah,
and they're like,
look-
well, what's this? You know?
Wait, don't they have the right to just search it just cause?
No,
No, they don't,
No,
right?
not at all. So there's a really good case. It's called R and Rondo. It's from about 2001, and it's about the issue of reasonable suspicion. So in Rondo, we can talk about the case because it had nothing to do with it. But Rondo was driving his fucking dad's BMW, and what's happened is the tail light was out on the car, and the cops have pulled him over because the tail light was out. Fair enough. But they've pulled him over, and as they've pulled him over, they've seen that there was some marijuana in the car, which he tried to hide. Well, the cops have forgotten completely about the tail light and then started going through the car. Well, that doesn't justify an ends to a means. The reason they pulled the car over initially was to check the tail light.
Tail light, yeah.
So,
Why are you searching the car?
yeah, and the matter went to trial, and Rondo was found not guilty because the finding of the marijuana was deemed illegally obtained, so the evidence was inadmissible, so there was no drugs to charge him with the supply charge.
Well, there's two more for you, Jack. So I hope you got your lawyer chops ready. You're going to need them for this one. Jezza, last question from Jezza, and then there's one from Meg. Jezza says, would you ever represent Iggy, and what would you plead insanity to get him off any charge?
Jesus,
That'd be the easiest case of insanity ever.
Hold up, but before I've said, Jezza, I was talking back and forth with Jezza, I think yesterday or the day before.
I like
And he
Jezza.
goes to me, he goes, the podcast is so good. He listens all the time. Shout out to you, Jezza. I know you're listening. He goes, it's good seeing you guys and like how screwed on your head is and how off the rails Joey and Iggy are.
He literally messages me like once a week with a Theo Von TikTok, and he goes, cunt, you are the Aussie Theo Von. Like
He's
Theo
the
Von.
best.
Mind you, I think Theo Von's like a
He's a
god.
king. He's a king.
People think he's,
He's
dumb.
funny as
he's
fuck.
intelligent.
Did you see that one with the Down syndrome guy? And he's like, hey, a little scotch. And he goes,
I'll be Down syndrome too, yeah.
But again, just quickly before we keep going, shout out to Jezza, bro, the Safe Boys.
Legend,
They're
man.
signed to my label, Tripjacker Mafia Records, man. They do their own thing as well. Jezza's on a little bit of a hiatus. Me and him were talking before.
We were talking about Ahsoka and shit. He's a great dude.
He's
man.
kind of still trying to figure out the loose screws about where he wants to take the Safe Boys, but we will
Always support him,
We
man.
will always support the Safe Boys here at TJM. They're part of the fucking family, bro. It's a reason why I signed him to this label is because he's got the drive, he's got the
entertaining,
vision,
man.
He's entertaining, he's funny. He's got that vision. So if you need 2 years, man, you take 2 years, bro. You're all fucking good, brother.
Just make sure you say an accountant, Jezza. That's
Yeah,
all
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna
Just
say,
don't
brother.
tax evade.
Jack, would you represent this guy?
Oh, if he needed a hand, absolutely.
Hey, first of all, this guy almost fucking represented me. Remember when I got kicked out of ODs? So we were having a good night at ODs. Mind you, this is the first time in my life I'd done nothing wrong. I'm just sitting there. I take a sip of my drink, and then the little wog Seki just comes up and goes, "You've had too much. Get out." I was like, what?
I could see me and Iggy were drinking buddies that day, and I
Bruh.
could see I was about 20 meters away, and I could see that the security guard was
Yeah.
looking at him.
I was like,
and I was
what?
like, oh, I'm gonna try and
I was
intervene.
like, what? I'm like, what? Cunt?
I'm a lawyer.
No, listen. I'm like, what cunt? I'm like, I've fucking done nothing. He goes, no, you need to get out. So, and then I get swamped by like 3 seconds. I'm like, all right, whatever. They kick me out, right? And because I'm just having a laugh, I'm banging on the door. I'm going, you can't kick me out. He's my lawyer. And he's going, yeah, you can't kick him out. I'm a lawyer.
and they probably thought you were talking shit, but he's
No,
actually
but
a lawyer.
I was being serious.
Yeah,
He's a
yeah.
lawyer. I'm like, you can't kick me out. I've done nothing wrong. He's my fucking lawyer. But yeah, other than
And
that,
I'll tell you what's funny. Me and Tori had a bet. We didn't actually. This is the first I've disclosed this to anyone besides me and Tori. But me and Tori on the way there was like, "Who do you reckon tonight is going to be the first to get kicked out?" And I swear on mum's right, we're like Iggy or Jack. I swear on my mum's life.
I've
right?
done nothing wrong.
And then when we heard that you got kicked out, we're like, if we had that
Pay
on
up.
sports bet,
Yeah.
that would have been paying
Right.
$1.02.
it would be pretty low because we were both
Pretty low.
The problem was we thought we made friends with someone that didn't exist.
Okay, well that's
Yeah. Don't get me started on that. That's a different topic. Bro.
Okay,
Yeah.
there's one more question.
Goddamn.
I'm going to take a piss and then I think we'll make another drink and we'll
Yeah.
do a round of this, all right?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Okay, so the last question from Megalodon Legend says, is it illegal to be as handsome as Joey K?
Oh, wait, is this Megalodon?
Megalodon.
fuck.
Man, I just want to suck Megalodon off even more now.
Yeah. Oh, he actually did message me.
Joey's a pretty handsome guy. I'm a bit jealous, to be honest. He's got the build, he's got the beard. You know, you got it all, my friend.
Meg messaged me a couple of days ago. He goes, "Hey, just let Joey know, like, thank you about the kind words about the music and stuff, because we always talk about Meg's music and that." Because again, Joey picks apart music because he's listening also to the lyrics. He's not just listening to the beat like a knucklehead.
Yeah. I can appreciate lyricism.
And
when
Meg
someone's
did say thank you. So
yeah, no worries, Meg. Like when I hear someone that's like articulate with the words, like even Wombat, for example, I'd hate to get off topic, but Wombat, he's not as articulate in terms of like pronunciation of words as Megalodon or yourself. But I still even appreciate Wombat because when you listen to Wombat for a while, you actually pick up what you. But a lot of people don't pick up what he's putting down because he has a bit of a lisp or whatever. But Megalodon, even though he's clear, there's a lot of people that just listen to beat, which I appreciate. But I listen to the beat and the lyrics, so it's like when I listen to shit, I'm like, oh shit, like So I appreciate your songs, man.
Whose question was this?
This was Megalodon.
Wait, Megalodon, mate. I'm just gonna say one thing. It's actually illegal to be as sexy as Joey Khalifa. So
Joey should be in jail right
I don't know how he's out and about, but if he needs a bail up, he knows who to call.
Yeah, you're my defender.
I got him.
he's just in the corner,
Okay,
like frosting, like
I'm gonna. He's got.
I'm bringing sexy back.
That's his defense. He's on stage. The jury says he's not guilty. But
I'm getting that jackass party boy shit. You're on
right. All right, listen. I'm gonna take a piss. But
wait.
while I take a piss,
no. Let's do that. Let's pour this first.
Yeah, pull this while I take the
Then
piss.
go piss
Joey,
break, yeah.
I'll deal the cards.
Yeah.
Joey do the bass. Iggy do the mixer,
yum,
and Jack do the garnish. I'm gonna piss.
Oh fuck. Get some.
Do we have any more peach grog?
Oh! the manager's like, nah, the grog gotta go.
Sorry guys, you cut off.
No, but shout out to Cold Ones, man. That shit was fucking delicious, bro.
Fuck, that is funny though that you and your missus thought that was me.
No. I swear to God. Because it's a no-brainer. Like, it's literally a no-brainer. Like, even Jack, when we were out that night, Jack did this party trick. He wasn't even doing anything wrong. He was in the middle of our circle, not bothering anyone, but he did this party trick where he fell back. So he went on the balls of his feet, right? And then leant back to the point where he kind of like
a worm.
Yeah, but like folded backwards though.
Yeah.
So he's now on his back.
Yeah.
But he's still on the balls of his feet.
Yeah.
And then he pushed himself back up. And then the guy thought that he must have fell down or something, the Seki. And he was just like, but he was pretty good to you at the time.
Yeah, he was all right.
But he was like, he was kind of checking up on you, being like, hey, what's the go with you?
Had too much
and you're like, no, I'm having a laugh.
Yeah, I was like, mate, I can do this all day.
But some Sekis, I feel like, they have a bit of a power trip.
It's a power trip.
So I was at Albion once in Parramatta.
Yeah.
And this big fob guy.
Sorry, Joey. I'll do the drink. Joey, tell the story.
Okay.
We'll get it.
Well, hemp rum.
Oh,
Fresh
yes.
strawberries.
And fresh strawberries.
Pineapple juice.
Ooh, we're going a bit
good one.
Tropicana here.
So I bought some hemp rum made of weed. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah, but surprisingly, just a little, subtitle, but surprisingly, these drinks haven't been that bad.
No,
They've all been.
To be fair, I think we've done all right.
Yeah. But as I was saying, at Albion in Parramatta,
Fucking Sekis.
yeah, ages ago, right? there was this big fob Seki, and there was a fight that broke out in the corner of the club, but we didn't know that was happening, and we were all dancing in a circle, whatever, blah blah blah, and then the Sekis come.
Sorry, Joey, but which one's
You had one job.
It's the purple bottle, the hemp.
One fucking job.
The hemp rum. Yeah. Sorry, keep going.
Well, yeah. So,
Joey! You go.
sounds like Tori when she's pissed off at me. So we were at the club, and then there was a fight that broke out, but we didn't know that it happened. And then breaks through our circle, this guy, right? And I seen this guy break through our circle very abruptly. And I was like, fuck this cunt, bro. But I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover. So the way I
approach the situation.
Approach my frustration is I start dancing on this guy. And I start going like, fucking, I'm like, fuck you. I'm going to make this cunt so uncomfortable, right?
He doesn't
and I'm
like
like, But I didn't know that there was a Seki behind him, grabbing him by the scruff of the neck and
fuck.
pushing him through. So he thought I was trying to arc up, antagonize this guy. So then the Seki behind that guy grabbed me, not by the throat, he grabbed me by my Adam's apple. I hit the Adam's apple and he squeezed. Yeah. And then because I was like, my voice went from this to like, and then he was dragging me, not dragging me, but
Like pushing you.
But he actually had a grab of my whole Adam's apple. I didn't know what to do. So I was going with him and I was just at his mercy. If he wanted to bend me over and fuck me at that time, he could have had me. You know what I mean? I mean, you don't have to grab my Adam's apple to do that, but whatever. but like, yeah. And he was doing that. I was like, and then my ex at the time, my girlfriend at the time, threw a glass at him. She had a drink.
Oh my God.
She had a drink half full, and she was just like threw it because he was very aggressive, bro. Anyway, so he grabbed me out, whatever. And my cousin, who funnily enough, you're a lawyer, my cousin pretended to be a lawyer. And I was like, yeah. And he goes, hey, like we've been like wrongfully like dismissed or whatever. He goes, but because they were so aggressive with me, they believed him that he was a lawyer because he was older than me at the time. He was like 30 something. And he was the oldest guy there. So because my cousin looked like he would be a lawyer, probably because he was the oldest guy there. So and then they kind of just all huddled together, the Sekis, and then when we were like threatening to put a complaint in or whatever, they let us back in and they let us have a free round of drinks.
Oh, that's nice of them. Shout out to the Albion.
Yeah,
just because they fell for the bluff.
Yeah, but like that's
bad.
That's an example though. I'll just finish mine.
I think it's a common thing, but I think unfortunately for Sekis, they got a shit job where they've got to deal with a bunch of drunk cunts, but then one or two of them just take it too far and they just think, oh well, fuck, I can call people out. Fuck, that's a wild one, but
I've never had someone grab me by the Adam's apple.
Yeah, no, that's not a good start.
To be fair, I've heard of Sekis while they're at the club, they're getting on the coke, they're getting on the drink as well, and they're fucking around.
Well, there was a matter where that guy bashed the referee at soccer. And it turned out that the referee himself was a security guard who'd just been charged with bashing a female at Hornsby RSL. Like, full on shit. And I'm just thinking, fuck me. Like, if you're a security guard, what are you doing bashing a woman? Like, it's not a good look.
Yeah. I don't know. I couldn't be a Seki because I don't like confrontation. And I would just be...
You'd start dancing on.
Yeah, I'd be the worst Seki in terms of Sekis are meant to be like, make sure no one wants to, like, because you know how you have those big Sekis where you're like, I don't even want to think about acting up because look what I have to deal with. I'd be that guy that's like, yeah, just do your thing, bro. Like, do whatever, you know what I mean?
I think they should try to be more like ninjas, where you don't see them, and then when shit happens, they just fucking
appear.
Like, fuck. That was red hot.
I reckon, like you said, they should be so anonymous. Like, not anonymous. That's not the right word.
You can't see them.
You can't see them until they're needed.
Yeah, when it happens, they're just fucking there.
Yeah, I don't like the Sekis that barge you out of the way for no reason. Like, if you're just existing, right? Let's just say you're standing where you are in the club right now, and then they find a way instead because when I don't know about you, but when I'm in the club and it's like, or I don't really go clubbing anymore, but when I'm in an environment where it's packed, I really don't push anyone out of the way. I go like, let's just say you're facing the, I'll go, excuse me, bro. And then you'll look at me and I'll go, oh, I just want to get through. And then I'll do this and then they move out.
Yeah.
But some people just go like, fucking push.
Just fucking go straight through.
Yeah. And that's how a lot of fights start. Like
100%.
When I watched the UFC, the latest one, the one in Sydney.
Yeah.
We were at the locker room, which is like right outside the stadium.
Yeah.
So we were there. And right after the main event happened, there was a punch on. And the only reason I knew there was a punch on was because a lot of people look like meerkats doing this. Do you know a lot of people go...
Yeah. You know, you can see
they're looking at something.
School where there's wiser group of people.
So I'm like, oh, what's happening here? So everyone rushes over. This guy's covered in blood, right? And then the Sekis are dragging him away. And the guy that clearly did it, he had blood on his knuckles, blood on his hands and shit. Didn't have a scratch on him, but he clearly pumped this guy.
Yeah.
And then he was just like... People was like dragging him back to the Sekis. And then he said something... The guy that got pumped was still arcing the guy up that pumped him. And then so the guy that pumped him broke away from the Seki, jumped over the fence, which was like not high, but like from the ground, like maybe 1.5 meters, jumped over the fence and tried to start going again. And the Sekis were running around trying to get these guys. It was chaos, bro. But because I'm not like a confrontational bloke, when I see a bunch of guys just punching on in the street, it makes me cringe, bro. I don't know why.
The older I get, the more I can see how dangerous it is. But because
and dumb.
It's folks.
It takes one punch. It takes one punch.
And then most of the time, you can ask the reason for that fight. and it's stupid
Oh
shit.
yeah, it's like
I
you
reckon,
looked at me the wrong way.
do you think it's because there's an alpha that thinks he's alpha, but then someone tries to out alpha him?
Yeah.
And then he goes,
It's ego.
it's ego.
It's ego.
That's
No,
what I was
but it's
looking
the
for.
combination, but it's
And
the
alcohol.
combination of alcohol, drugs, and that just someone's shit personality. And it's a shit personality. They've got in their head that they think it's all right, that if someone looks at them the wrong way, that they're entitled to try and start something.
And if they have any experience in fighting, like you do boxing, right? But you're not that way inclined in terms of
No,
you're not
but-
an aggressive person. But imagine take an aggressive person that has your experience in
Wanting
boxing.
to have a fucking crack.
Like if you were a cunt, you would be a danger to society. 'Cause
They'd
you-
wanna
you got-
prove
you have
they're
hands.
good at it.
You have hands. So Jack knows how to throw a punch. If you didn't know, Jack does boxing.
Yeah, we spoke about that. I think the first time you come on,
Yeah.
were you a host when
Nah, Joey wasn't on.
No. I don't think I was on.
Nah,
I
Joey
don't think I
wasn't
was on.
So
But
again, just quickly before we continue, Jack also does.
You go.
He's also a boxer. So sorry, keep going.
when I say Jack's a boxer, obviously he can't compete against Floyd Mayweather, but he
yeah,
knows.
true, like boxing,
but he
like-
knows how to throw hands. So me, for example, I don't know how to throw hands. I don't throw from the hip. I throw from these fucking. I throw from Des and Troy. You know what I mean? But as you know, like when you get taught boxing 101, it's all from the hips. You got to like get
There's
your body weight
technique,
into
yeah.
it. So Jack has got hands, but what I'm trying to say is, some people, I find a lot of people that enter any combat sports, they get more humbled because they know there's someone out there better. So therefore, when they learn to know how to fight, they're less inclined to start fights out in the street because they know, one, they train to fight all the time. They're like, oh, I'm over it. Two, they know personally that they could probably fuck up 80% of the people in this room.
Yep.
But then there's a few guys that use their skills for like not
Ego
good.
boost.
Ego boost.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? So that's the danger.
There's a couple that have had that fucking. They're on. You know what? But it's either they've done a couple of fucking boxing classes or a Muay Thai or whatever, or they've been to the gym, they've gone on a cycle and they've gotten big, and they just think they're just superior to everyone. And you're right. That's the thing. And it's
ego.
Ego.
Yeah. Oh, it's a shocking thing.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. What?
This is hemp rum.
Hemp
with.
rum, yeah.
Did you give it a stir?
Yes, I gave it a little bit of a stir, but you might need to stir it more. Hemp rum, pineapple
so
juice.
you didn't give it a stir.
Not that big of a stir.
a little bit.
I
Do you know what it
yeah,
reminds me of? Is it's you're trying to make like a drink for your missus, but you're really fucking pissed.
You're
You're
like,
like fucking.
Actually, I'll admit this is probably the best aesthetically pleasing drink we've had
Thank
tonight.
you.
I think so.
I took over as cocktail master for this one because Joe was telling a story. But
stir it with my
it's hemp rum, strawberries, fresh strawberries, and pineapple juice. All right, let's give it a sip.
I've got a question for my lawyer friend before we go through some speak pipes.
How long we been going on for? by
A long time.
But we have learned tonight that tax evasion is a crime and you shouldn't
Yeah,
do
don't
it.
tax
Don't
it.
forget, we've been going for, at this point in time, it's been 2 hours and 40,
Okay.
but don't forget there's
A
probably
lot of
about
edits. Yeah.
35 minutes of cuts. So we've only been going for like an hour and a half. So
It's
it's
okay.
not that bad.
If we have to cut into two, we
By
cut
the way,
into
it's
two.
a long weekend. I'm chilling. Like,
Yeah, I'm chilling.
No, it's a long weekend next weekend, lad.
Yeah, next week.
Bro, now that Iggy's like laid
Every
up,
week-
wait, now,
every
that,
week's a long
wait,
weekend.
now that Iggy
is it next weekend?
every day for Iggy is a holiday now. He's broke away from that 9 to 5. These kind of things that it's a long weekend this weekend.
What?
Next weekend.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I thought so.
Nah,
No,
bro.
you know what? In
'Cause the
Western
Broncos are
Australia,
playing the
it
Warriors.
is.
The Broncos are playing the Warriors now.
Yeah.
In
Okay,
in
first
Western
of all,
Australia,
right,
it's a long weekend.
First of all, I don't want to fucking brag, right? But I was driving, bro. I was driving.
I don't want to brag.
But he's going
I don't
to.
wanna, I'm about to brag, right? I don't want to. I don't want to.
sorry.
I was driving home from the gym a couple of days ago. I think it was like on maybe Wednesday. I was driving home from the gym. It was about maybe like midday. That's right. By midday, my routine's done. I've taken a trade. I'm up for the week. I've gone to the gym. I'm sweet. So the rest of my arvos are just chilling, walking my dogs, hanging out with my missus.
It's actually Pornhub.
yeah, like,
Editing,
watching
lotion lube.
editing, watching midget porn, whatever. Right. So I'm driving home from the gym. It's like midday, and I just drove past the job site, bro. And these poor cunts were like concreting, and they're like one of this like young guy's got the pump on his shoulder. He's like pouring it in. There's like 10 of them all screeding and shit. And I just dead set like this, I swear to God, bro. I promise you, I drove past like this. I didn't say nothing, but I was just going.
Yeah, like
With
yeah.
the biggest smile. I was smiling, bro, ear to ear. And I was like, just looking, I'm like, I was like,
That could have been me.
yeah,
You know?
I was like,
Yeah. Well, people thought about people thought that about you probably when they seen you asphalting.
but that's what I'm saying. But another funny story, right? This is, bro, no bullshit, right? I swear on anyone of my family's life, right, hand on heart, right? The week before, so last week, so this happened with the concreting where like this week, and then the week before, I'm driving, right? I'm driving again, home from the gym. It's around midday. I'm driving through the Great Western. I see a bunch of people asphalting. Same thing, right?
Suckers!
No. Wait, but this time I got my phone out.
Humble guy, eh?
I started filming. I was filming these guys, and I was going, I'm so fucking glad this not. I'm going off. I'm having like the best time of my life, right? And then I send it to all my old asphalt buddies. One of them replies and goes, "Dickhead, that's me." And I go, "Fuck off!" And he goes, "Bro, I swear to God, it was me." So shout out you, bro. It was him. And I'm like, "Bro, really bullshit." I'm like, "Bro, I didn't mean it like that." He goes, "Nah, it's all good." Then me and him ended up having like a chat on the phone for like an hour.
Can I just say, when I drive past these cunts on the road, there's
Bruh.
always 6 cunts standing there
Watching one guy
doing
work.
nothing.
Yeah.
They're doing, what are these cunts doing?
Fuck, I'm really loving this game tonight because it's really relevant to the topics that we've spoken
Yeah.
about.
So we're doing another round of pick your poison. If you don't
and then
know,
I've got a question for Jack and
Oh,
then
yeah.
speak pipe.
Hold on, the getting mauled by a pack of stray pit bulls.
so put that in the A column.
Oh, we just
Oh,
spoke
yeah.
about that. Okay, that's
So
weird.
getting mauled by a pack
By
of
XL bullies.
Okay. Or,
XL bullies, to be exact.
all right, so we give him the jack, right? Or-
Yeah, whatever you think.
Oh, this one's relevant. Here you go. So we give him the jack, right? And he picks which one?
Yeah. He
No,
picks.
we all vote. What's the funniest?
Okay, gotcha.
But you give him to Jack.
Yeah, that's mine. I didn't even read the rest.
Some of these are heaps relevant to just life.
Oh my God,
Jack's chuckling to himself. Reading them.
Take that one, my boy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Tongue of sumo wrestler's asshole. That's one of them. I didn't pick it, but that's one.
Bungo. By the way, Bungo is Jack's dog. Bungo.
Okay, did we all hand in our answers?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to say something? All right.
All right, so the options.
So you got to read. You got to read.
Let
it
the
out.
dogs out for a little bit.
So the options.
The options are
So leave that one in column A.
column A is getting mauled by a pack of stray pit bulls or losing a week of your life every time you have sex.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's fucking shocking.
That's terrible.
Getting mauled by a pack of stray pit bulls or eating a puppy.
Relevant.
Getting mauled by a pack of stray pit bulls or making dinosaur sounds when you come.
That's me anyway. Like,
I was gonna say.
Getting mauled by a pack of stray pit bulls or masturbating with sandpaper until you come or nothing is left.
Oh my god.
Fucking, I have to say, that's fucking painful.
That is fuck.
I mean, on a certain day, I could probably still come with sandpaper, bro. Give me a week without masturbating, bro, and I can get us a drug.
I reckon lose a week of your life every time you have sex. That's fucked.
I don't know, that sandpaper one's fucking
it's hard
making
to
me
know.
feel weird.
Are we voting for the most fucked thing or what? Like, what are we
Yeah,
voting
it's the
for?
most. It's
Fuck.
the most.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Pick the card you would rather do.
Really?
What was it? Eat a puppy? I'd rather eat a puppy. That's probably
What the fuck is wrong with you?
You'd rather eat a puppy.
out of all these options, a puppy
You'd
is
rather
no
eat a
different to
puppy.
any animal.
But wouldn't
right?
you rather make dinosaur sounds?
Oh,
rather
I
make
forgot about that.
dinosaur
All right, I
sounds.
forgot about that. I forgot that one. All right.
But imagine you make the Jurassic Park noise every time the T-Rex.
But I think the most.
Wait, none of us sound like dinosaurs.
No,
just
not
then.
at all.
The most fucked would be sandpaper every
On
time
the
you
cock,
masturbate.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the most fucked.
Yeah, I think so.
Whose
So
was that?
whose is that?
Mine.
is-
That's mine.
Yeah, another shot for Joey.
This guy's fucking. I'll pour the shot this time.
Yeah, I'm thirsty.
Shot.
This guy's full ripping it off.
Everybody.
Joey's pouring water in the sink.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's taking it. What do you guys rate this drink, by the way?
Presentation a 10.
Thank you.
Taste, I reckon.
It's not
7?
bad. It's not bad.
I reckon 7.
It's
But I don't
not
know
bad.
if it's I'm getting smashed. So I'm like, every drink that we have.
It's getting better.
It's like methylated spirits.
To
and
be
we're like,
fair,
it's not bad. It's
to be
not
fair, that the tequila one did get better. The tequila drink did get better
did.
once it fermented.
But for me, this is the most aesthetically pleasing. I like how DZ put the strawberry, like scissoring the top of the glass there. I rate this one a 7.
I like the fact I got 2 strawberries lying in my drink.
Yeah, you got lucky. You got 2 because there was just enough strawberries. 2 cups got 2
Joey
strawberries.
missed out.
I don't like the favoritism.
Once again, everyone, thank you for listening, man. 95 average goddamn listeners. That's, to me, that blew my goddamn mind. Like, I saw that and I masturbated.
What do you rate? What do you rate the drink?
The drink is like a dead set, like a 7.
Wait, is that's all water, right?
Iggy, just because that's the shot glass, it doesn't mean you have to go to the rim.
No, it does. It really, like, if it's a shot, like, what are you doing?
Have a shot of that and then guess what you think that is.
Yeah.
Have a guess.
Have a guess.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
He's chasing it down.
Absolute. Bacardi.
that was lemon gin.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So, once again, man, thank you guys for fucking joining. Anyone who sends speak pipes, messages, fucking Instagram polls,
Join the Discord.
people, join the goddamn we're in there talking, we're trading, we're sending music, man. We chilling, man. We in there. We making money,
Can
boy.
I just say?
We making money,
Can
boy.
I just say? All right, we've been just quickly on a tangent, please. While we've been talking about trading for a long time, Iggy and myself, right, on this show. The whole time I've been talking about trading, I have been essentially non-profitable. I've been trading either fake money or I've been trading and breaking even. To be honest, I'm lucky I've never really gone too deep in the red, but I haven't been making money. And just recently, the past month, I have been so profitable, it is unbelievable. So the point I'm making is, it is possible. If you're listening to us and all you guys I know in the Discord who want to get into it, believe me, you can do it and it can be a career for you.
Let me just cut this guy off, bro. This guy has been fucking killing it, man, killing it. He's sending his trades in the Discord, and I'm looking at these things and I'm like, what the? Okay, the first couple 3, I was like, oh, mad. And then by the 4th or 5th one, I was like, is this motherfucker like, is he sending me like these little troll trades or something? I'm like,
to be honest,
this guy's fucking killing it, bro.
I'm surprising myself with how well it works, man. And
Good job, bro. Good job.
It seems so simple to us now that we know everything and how it works and the methodology and everything. But when you're first learning, it seems so complex. And that's the thing. You can't shortcut the experience. You just can't. We've been doing it for almost over a year now.
It's been over
why.
a year now.
Both of us, the same time we started, over a year. Right? So you can't shortcut that. The only reason we've been able to get to where we are now is because we put in that year.
And how many minutes or hours a day should someone put in day to day just from starting from scratch?
Not that
because
much.
most of these people,
20 minutes.
Most of the people now that you're speaking to are like, they haven't had experience in it. So if someone was to be like, listen, I want to start from the basics. How much of every afternoon? Because people usually have full-time jobs.
20 minutes.
20 minutes a day watching just YouTube basic tutorials on definitions of terms like pips. What is it? Candles.
Candles.
Whatever it may be. Iggy was saying last week to me, just start somewhere. And I was saying to DZ, I'm like, I don't have Iggy's setup where he's got 2 screens, and I'm like, whatever. And then DZ was saying, you need a laptop. That's all you need to start.
To be fair, though, my most successful trades, the ones that I make the most pips on, have been the ones I take on my phone. They have been, because I've trade completely different to how he trades, which is the beauty of trading. Everyone can do it their own way.
Got different style,
but the way I've learned is I have levels already marked out for me. Yep. And just usually the trades I make from this level to that level are the ones that make me the most money, and they're simplest to take, but if I take a bit of a slower approach to Iggy. Iggy's a lot more 5 minutes, he's in and he's out, and he's made fucking $3 grand, $4 grand, $2 grand.
I've had a good week, man.
Whereas me, I'm trading the hour chart.
I've had a good week.
Each candle's an hour, so it might take me half a day to get to where I want to be.
Iggy made fuck you, I don't give a fuck. He made like $1 grand in an hour. Fuck you, motherfuckers.
Hold on. 52 minutes.
52 minutes, bro.
Yeah, but don't round that shit up.
Hey, hold on.
52 minutes, mate.
But fuck you. But hold on, let me get this straight. That's the joys of trading. Then the other week was saying how he lost out.
Lost $1 grand.
He lost out on 3. No. You didn't lose, but like you lost the chance to get 3K
to win. Yeah.
To 3K. So there's the thrill and the agony of trading, I guess. But like just because you're sitting here going, I made so much money. Like anything, when you get better at it, you get more. But there are days where it's slower.
Right.
I'm glad you said that because misconception, it does take work.
I was talking to Jack off air before.
We had a good discussion about that.
But so obviously, because me and Jack are homies, so but podcast aside, we just talk about work, how we're doing it. So before Joey K and DZ come on, we'll talk and he's like, yeah, so how's the training? I'm like, yeah, look, this. Again, big misconception. If you're in my Discord, if you're in our TJM Discord, I uploaded a private video on that $1,000 trade. I show it clear as day, no bullshit, exactly what I did, what I was looking at, right? So for all of you guys sitting there going, oh, that's bullshit, $1,000, how? Go to the fucking Discord and the video's there. I showed it. I won the trade, and the second I won that trade, the next morning, I recorded it because I wanted you guys, the Discord, to learn. Because like I've always said from the start, I'm a big advocate for, I don't give a fuck. Like, it's not about trying to have the Lamborghini and the fucking 20 big houses. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. But if I can help the next person, if I can help my homie, if I can help a listener, if I can help my cousin, if I can help my mother,
Joey.
if I can help Joey just pay their rent because they just took one trade and they win $500, but that covers the rent. And instead of paying rent, he's pocket an extra $500. I'm all for that.
And Hooligan Hefs would say we're doing eatoir. That's what it's about.
But to listen,
But
it
You fucking
sounds
would.
it sounds like sunshine and rainbows, but
It's not.
It
Like-
takes work. It takes. We didn't. All right, we had some technical difficulties. We're
I
back.
don't know. We're sweet. This is gonna
Are you
sound
sure
like
that
a
I
cut.
can't see a red light
Yeah,
on that?
it's a red dot. At the
Yeah,
bottom.
I can say that
Okay,
that puppy.
I think we will go with one more drink. We will
Yeah.
talk anything you guys have to say to wrap up.
Yeah.
Or any
So,
points, anything, and we'll wrap up.
I think that sounds pretty good.
I've got a question for the lawyer. Oh my god, it's like 9:30 at night.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I've got one more question for our lawyer friend, Mr. X.
Oh, yes.
So the last time you come on, right, you said that you got into this just because you were trying to prove a teacher wrong.
Yeah.
Is that really the case?
Oh, come off it. Yes,
Like-
it is still the case.
Really?
Yeah, we won't,
So I feel like, so deep down, you just don't want to help people?
I think that might have something to do with it now. But
You don't care about people.
I feel like
initially,
when Miss Allen, that's her name, she's alive, I think.
Wait, hold up. But because we're close to wrapping, I think we'll do a drink while you talk about this. Cause
We've also got
Yeah.
speak pipe as well.
Oh, we got speak pipe too.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. All right, that's fine. Yeah, just pick a base, pick a garnish, pick a liquor.
Salt.
Salt's bad.
Salt is bad.
Gin is also bad.
Salt, gin,
Orange and mango.
orange and mango.
All right, that makes it.
All right, I'll make the drink. It's all right.
You sure?
Yeah, I'll make the drink. It's all good. So talk about proving your teacher wrong. How that started.
So is it really just about that though?
Oh, like, is it more sort of like, why do you do this? That's
No. Initially,
Initially, I wanted to be a lawyer from a young age. Teacher said I couldn't. Like, and sort of stuck it out. But I suppose as you get older, you find other reasons to want to do things.
surely that's not your sole reason.
No, I'm not like, fuck, Miss Allen, this is why I'm a lawyer.
Yeah, because
Like,
when you did become a lawyer,
Yeah.
she probably couldn't give two fucks that you became a lawyer.
No, I think just that was part of it, but more so being able to.
Isn't that a thing there where, like, a lot of people, when they do have haters, people appreciate the haters because it makes them push harder.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I watch UFC a lot, and in the combat sport world,
They fucking love it.
they love it. Like, when people
Yeah.
boo them, they're like, all right, well, watch me prove you wrong again.
But like,
Did that-
how many times is it when someone tells you can't do something? Like your parents say you can't go out tonight, and you're like, well, fucking watch me. You go do it or whatever. But like, yeah. Back to the question though. Yeah, she's not the sole reason I fucking wanted to do this. I suppose the older I got and the more experience I got whilst I was at uni, working with people that obviously had shit goes in life, the more I was like, I kind of like this, and I kind of like the idea of going to court and getting to argue, I guess, a point or a case for someone and helping them out from the situation that they're in. And like we spoke about, they're not all innocent, but again, it's not about that. It's about getting them the best outcome possible. But yeah. I think that sort of answers that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just interesting though, because like, no matter what you say, you can say, yeah, I was just trying to prove this person wrong, or this wrong, or I was doing it for a joke or a laugh. But
Oh fuck! I'll
You
tell you,
still-
never do it for a joke. Don't.
No,
don't
no,
be
no,
a
no,
lawyer.
no. I don't mean it like that. But
Yeah.
you've still got that compassionate side to you. Like, I could admit I could never do your job. Never.
It's too much.
Because but you've kind of got that, like, as we've spoke about earlier in the episode, where you've got that side where you're like, okay, he's fucked up or she's fucked up,
Yeah,
and he's admitting or she's admitting they fucked up,
and then
but
you just
I'm just trying to soften the blow.
100%.
See, whereas I could never do that because
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, you fucked up, I don't care, you go rot in prison. But you're kind of like, okay, look, you fucked up, but how can I kind of soften that blow a little bit?
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say. It's like,
yeah, I guess it's more like personal experience and just sort of like, I don't know, the way I've done things. Like, you go to uni, you do these internships and work for people for free and all that shit, and you see it as you're going up and you sort of find a purpose. Is like cheesy and cliched as it sounds, but you're like, well, fuck, this is what I want to do. I can earn good money doing it. Like, fucking why not? Like, you know, I get up out of bed every day going to court going, I like what I do for a living. And
it's not like, I feel like that's like, there's certain jobs where it's mundane and every day it's the same thing. I feel like that kind of shit, as well as anything like police work, paramedics, fireys, lawyers, people that serve the community to some extent, it provides a more vast range of experiences rather than, hey, bro, you're a pickpacker. When these boxes come, put it to this conveyor belt, put it to that conveyor belt.
That's probably it as well, Joey. Like, I get, like, every time I see you guys, I've always got like a different story or something to share. And that, I think that's cool. And it's not me saying, oh yeah, I can brag about it, but like, I'm able to be like, I go to work, every day is different. Fucking, this is what's happened. And like, a lot of the times when I say things, it's like, you wouldn't believe this happened. And people are like, oh, what happened? And I say it and they go, fucking, did that actually happen? I'm like, yeah, that's just a regular day for me. But
it's insane. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, when we were talking off air, the shit you were saying, I was like, I'm just thinking in my head. I'm like, there's no way this is your fucking job. Like, seriously, bro. Like, this can't.
But do you know how much mental and emotional
So saying it's another mental
strain it would have on some people?
oh, for sure.
Like
I couldn't do it.
I don't have to deal with.
For sure. Like, I can be honest and say, like, there's, like, when I started out, so I've been doing it for about 2 years, 2.5 now. Look, yeah, I suppose it's one of them things. Like, some people.
Oh yeah, like, it's not an everyday in the office.
no,
kind
it's
of,
not at all. Like, I'm barely like I've got.
But
an
do
office.
you come to some days where you're like, bro, I'm not. Do you know how sometimes you're not firing the right?
Yeah.
Like, you're like, bro, I'm tired.
Yep.
Or I'm thinking. And so there's human error where in any
bro.
job,
Yes.
like surgeons,
For
even
sure.
like surgeons, like neurosurgeons,
Yep.
cardiovascular surgeons, like people that perform on the heart, the brain, everything, lawyers, everything. They have this human error. It's not like we're
Oh, for
fucking
sure.
AI and there's no room for error.
see.
So what happens when you get a guy, a lawyer that's done so many fucking cases,
And you're having a bad day.
You pay him this money, like,
Yeah.
help me, and you're like, I've seen so many of you cunts come in and out of here, and so I feel like you got to be switched on. So what do you do in those days? Because surely you're human, right?
Oh, for sure. No, I know.
When you have those days where you're like, I'm off, but
Yeah.
you got to turn on for that person.
No, I know what you're saying. Like, you can't. It sounds. You can't have an off day. Like, you can't just be like, oh fuck, it's just another one of these. Because what ends up happening is your client ends up going to jail for something they probably shouldn't have. So you've just got to, like, I suppose it's more about distressing from work once work's over. Like, once the day ends, not worrying about shit, but then also making sure you're prepared for it. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I know every day what I've got to do the next day, sort of
Yeah.
thing. You know what I mean? Planning 2 steps ahead. It sounds pretty basic and mundane, but if you do that and you constantly communicating with your clients about the outcome, about what's going to happen and how it's all rolling, they're pretty sweet about it. But I do get there's heaps of lawyers, and I look at them, they've all been, you know, twice, 10 times the amount of time that I've had as a lawyer. Bro, they do not give a fuck. Like, they're just happy to get it.
Sorry, I just got distracted because DZ came back with that. Do you know the amount that's in, you know, the Dead Sea? How there's so much salt in it?
No, hold on.
No, can I hold on?
It's not salt. I'm not gonna lie to you because I don't want to get Iggy to go get his salt and pour it out. It's sherbet instead of salt.
It's sherbet.
I took some liberties.
I was going to
Creative
say,
liberties.
are we
it's
able to
sherbet.
fucking
Okay.
float on this?
Yeah.
It's not salt.
I was gonna say we could float in this beverage.
Right, we'll salute to this.
Salute.
Because I couldn't be bothered getting Iggy to
Happy
find his
80th,
salt.
my boys.
Happy 80th.
Happy 80th.
Salute.
TJM, baby.
Uno, TJM, baby. Chip Jacket Mafia, suck my nuts.
Fuck, this is good.
That's the best one, yeah.
This is the best one, yeah.
But I'm very drunk, though.
Yeah, we're all.
All right, ready? So
Zing.
ready?
KFC filed for bankruptcy.
Card A
The
is
Colonel's bankrupt.
pretend you're a cat and give someone in the room a tongue bath. What? Wait, am I supposed to do this?
Yes.
Oh, this drink's sending me over the edge. I'm not gonna lie. This one.
Okay, I'm willing to be a cat and give someone a tongue bath, but let me piss first.
Yeah, all right.
All right.
pick
While we
your
decide, yeah, Joey pisses while
Pretend
we
you're
decide.
a cat and give someone in the room a tongue bath. That's disgusting.
We have Instagrams. We have a merch store. You want to buy some merch?
Tripjacketapparel.com.au, baby.
Yeah, boys,
Yes.
I'm getting on the fucking Discord. I didn't know about this.
Yeah, get on the
Jump
Discord,
on the
my
Discord, bro.
friend.
I've got a Reddit. I post
to-
things on Reddit.
Go
I've
to
got a Twitter.
friendlyfire.tjm or DZ_TJM on Instagram. You'll find our link trees in our bios. We've got everything there.
I post. Me and DZ are posting most of our trades. We're posting how we make money. We're sharing the knowledge for free. And it's going to get to a point where we're too busy on our yachts and flying private jets where we're not going to be doing that shit. And you're going to be going, oh, bro, please help us. Please help us. When we're doing it now. We're doing it right now for free. For free. So jump on board before you're behind. Jump on board. Get in there. Get involved, man. Don't be shy to ask questions, bro. I got some students who message me every day about trading, about music, about this, about that. And they're not shy to ask me. So shout out. You guys know exactly who you are, bro. Get on board before you're fucking gone.
Except for you, Joey.
Get on board or get left behind, motherfuckers.
Exactly.
All right, this is my one. Who's the fucking judge?
Joey.
You're the judge.
This is my one. And then you read them out.
So what's this first option?
So pretend you're a cat and give someone a tongue bath.
Yeah.
Or,
Pretty fun.
or have someone snip your Achilles tendons with garden shears.
Holy
oh my! And if anyone's watched,
Troy?
Wax. No, there was something about Wax Museum. Anyway, whatever that happened in that.
That's cringe.
So okay, ready? So pretend you're a cat and give someone in the room a tongue bath, or have someone snip your Achilles tendons with garden shears.
Oh, that makes me
or
cringe.
chop off your pinky toe with a dull axe.
Yeah.
Or pretend you're a cat and give someone a tongue bath.
Yeah.
Or call your partner's mother right after you have sex every time to tell her how it was.
What the hell?
Okay?
Okay, yeah.
So think about all those things, guys,
Yep.
and get back to me. And
Yeah,
think logically, because, alcohol gets to the brain and you're like, hey, I'd rather tell my missus mum when we have sex. No, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
But the pinky
Well,
toe...
to be honest, I would rather tell my missus mum
That you beat it up.
other than beating my Achilles and fucking cutting
Yeah.
my pinky toe off.
Yeah,
I
that
would
pin-
rather
fuck.
something less
That's
physical.
pretty fucking
The
bad.
Achilles is gnarly, yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Achilles
But I
is
think
fucked.
Rose's mum would rather say that you better have cut off your pinky toe than be telling
Yeah,
me
but
how.
I think DZ would rather have his pinky toe than have to
no.
cut it off with a blunt axe. Like, you know.
it's fucked
I
because
live
all
with
of the...
Rose's mum, so imagine me going out there making fucking eggs and bacon in the morning and she's standing there.
Or knocking on a door afterwards. You're like, wait,
Can I,
wait, we just did it.
Every night I'm like,
can I say something real quick?
yes, you can.
No.
I'd rather get up every single morning, right? Hold up, and tell Tori's mum how I beat it up the night before.
Beat her up.
Hold up, no, beat it up.
I'm glad we
the
cut
night
it.
before I cut off my fucking pinky toe or cut off my Achilles with garden shearers, bro. Hey, hold up. Hey, if anyone that doesn't know the fucking human anatomy, you know the Achilles tendon.
That shit makes me cringe, bro.
Do you know the Achilles tendon? It's a tendon that runs from your heel to the base of your heel to the back of your hemi. And I've heard an Achilles tendon pop. So back in Kingsway near Ripples, in St. Mary's.
Yeah.
I used to play touch footy there all the time, OzTag. There was this 40-year-old man in mad health, everything. His Achilles tendon popped during a game, and I promise you, bro, I was sitting on a sideline, and I heard, all of a sudden, I thought someone shot. Do you know how people go, pull, and they shoot the blades?
the poppers.
And they go, "Bah,"
Like a
that.
shotgun, eh?
I thought I heard a pop,
Yeah.
and this guy went like he just collapsed to the ground, and it's because his Achilles tendon snapped, right? Because your Achilles tendon, like I said, it starts from the base of your heel to the back of your hemi. So when that snaps, it retracts, and it's like a bah. So I'm telling Tori's mum every time I beat it up, I'm going, she was sublime.
She was sublime.
Hey, one word, sublime. It's the most posh way you could say that sex was.
But like,
Bro.
you've only got 2 pinky toes, so it's only gonna happen to
Bro, the Achilles tendon or this part in your arm or the armpit, that
I'm
shit
out.
makes me cringe, man. I don't know. What are the options again?
So there's obviously the one that I drew as the dealer was the most like innocent. So being like, what was it? Pretending you're a cat and having someone in the room. You give them a tongue bath.
right.
Nothing.
Gotcha.
I'd give any of you a tongue bath right now
Easy,
for free.
yeah, easy,
Thanks,
easy.
thanks.
easy.
But
I
like,
would.
have someone snip your Achilles tendons with garden shearers.
Trading one.
This shit, I'd rather die. Chop your pinky toe off with an axe. Fucked. And a dull axe, by the way. A dull.
Not
I love,
any axe.
I love how they said a dull axe.
Dull.
Takes a couple
So you'd have
tries.
to hack at it. Or call your partner's mother right after you have sex every time. Surely you're calling your mum's because calling your business because at the end of the day, your missus' parents knows that you fucked.
Oh, definitely.
But you'll be like, listen, and let's just
Especially
say,
in
hey,
your
ready?
case.
Yeah, in your, or in any example, right? Let's just,
I have a daughter in the house. So.
So yeah, maybe.
but let's just say in my case, I don't have a daughter, I don't have any kids, I don't have to keep it down, you know what I mean? But, hey, but if I said to Tori's mum, listen, it's a matter of if I don't tell you this right now, I have to
chop my
snip
toe
off my toe.
No, but I feel like you can't. No. The situation doesn't. It's not like you have to tell her about it. Otherwise, your Achilles snaps. You just have to say you. Fucked.
All right, deal.
But wait, but hold up. So what are we voting for? Are we voting for the most fucked?
Sorry.
The most fucked?
Sorry, we are voting for the most fucked. My
All right.
bad.
I
My
think
bad.
I will say the most fucked will be cutting off your pinky toe. I think that's
Nah.
Yakuza shit.
Achilles for sure.
I want to
reckon-
say Achilles, but that's also my one. I don't want to do a shit.
I reckon Achilles.
It's Achilles. It's Achilles. It's Achilles.
No.
Has to be.
All right, what do you say?
Iggs.
Achilles.
Achilles. Yeah. Like hands down. Fuck that.
So are we? Because we're the worst. Are we? Do we rock off?
No, it's him.
So three for one. Achilles. All right. So
Oh, so
I
you're
guess
the
I'm
odd one
doing
out.
a shot.
It's him.
you're doing a shot.
Okay,
A
I'll
shot
pour you
of
a shot.
please.
Sorry, boys. I was trying to log into
You
the
can
speak
choose
pipe.
the shot.
All right. What do we have?
Tequila.
Though?
We have tequila,
No, not
vodka.
tequila.
The cocktail guys. It's like my sorry. Hey,
What do you won't believe what I saw? I saw these pack of guys and they
you
act
South
real
American
hard.
fuckers should see the Venezuela.
Thank you.
you
sir.
South American fuckers.
He's got his hat inside out. Yeah. a tag on
It's a sombrero, son.
God damn.
Oh. This show is going downhill, my friend.
I think since we've come back, it's just
Pa
fucking.
arriba, pa abajo, al
Go,
centro,
just do it.
pa adentro.
Oh, salud.
He's the only one doing it. He's gonna be buckled.
Let's go, baby.
He's gonna be buckled.
Oh. Do you have any last points, last thoughts you want to share, say?
I mean, no last thoughts. Just that I'm fucking grateful to be a part of this FireCast, bro. Right now, man, we are maybe how many cocktails deep?
A couple.
How many cocktails deep? I feel like
they finished
Hey,
theirs.
cheers. Let's finish these, and I'll finish my
No,
little.
wait. We'll each, if any of you have any last thoughts, it's all right. We'll go through them. But
I've got it.
okay.
So what I'm trying to say here is that, like, fuck, I feel like right now with this fight, everything I say right now is like a piss take. But I feel like right now the FireCast, bro, 80th episode in, we're 20 episodes away from smoking that fat doink
Doobie.
of a cigar.
I think we'll have Jack back for that one.
I'm coming on.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
coming on the
100.
triple.
Hey,
Fuck
so
me.
for the 100th episode,
I'm in.
we're going to have Jack back on. All right. We've been looking at this cigar. It looks like it's the Mandingo of cigars.
Cuban.
right?
Full Cuban.
Yeah, right?
Jesus.
Yeah, I've been looking at it for ages. 80 episodes in, man. Whoever's been ride or die from the start, we fucking love you. I'm happy that we've got the following that we have got, even though, you know, it's a following nonetheless. I don't know. I feel like this every time we get together, it's like a routine for me now. You know what I mean? Like Tori's like, when's the pod this week? And I'm like, yeah, let's get us to the pod. You know what I mean? No matter if we're 5 cocktails deep with fucking popping candy around the side, or instead of salt, DZ gives us icing sugar or whatever he did around the rim. We make it work, bro, and we make it work.
All right. Jack, any last thoughts? Anything about law? Any questions?
If anyone's got any questions for the pod directed to me, happy to answer them on the next pod or on pod 100. And just throw back some themes for the 100th because it sounds like it's going to be a fucking bit of a cracker of a time.
Well, put it this way.
Bro, this glass is so sticky right now. My hands are fucked.
But yeah, thanks for having me on, boys. Always a pleasure. You just keep doing what you're doing because it's fucking great.
Jack, listen, man. Honestly, you are such a good talker. You're good at what you do. It's interesting. I've had a lot of viewers since you've been on message me and say how good the stuff you have given us is. Like, it's awesome that I've said this before, but it's awesome that we can have this local show in Western Sydney and we have actually interesting people with different perspectives. You know what I mean? And
Tuesdays.
Not a lot of people do what you do, man. So it's good.
I think I only have 2 lawyer friends, and that's 2 more than a lot of people can say.
Yeah,
but
that's more, 2 more than me.
My mate Jamil, you know Jamil.
1 more than me.
Hey, Iggy's losing it right now. For those who aren't watching the YouTube video,
Iggy's been laughing for the past 5 minutes.
Yeah, we're
10 minutes.
We're so many cocktails deep into this, so sorry. Excuse the shenanigans, but like just having people in these fields that aren't so 9 to 5, even though you technically do 9 to 5.
Oh yeah,
but like, it's different.
But it's different. You know what I mean? And I love being with people like Iggy and DZ who are music oriented, trading oriented. Fucking Jack, that's a lawyer. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. All I can say is you surround yourself with people that do interesting things, and naturally, bro, you're gonna aspire to either be Iggy. Meanwhile, while I'm talking, doing this motivation, he's pissing himself. But disregard FriendlyFire right now. But like, he's on a hiatus. But like, what I'm trying to say is, you surround yourself with people that are
aspiring for more,
switched on,
doing good things,
and just doing more than your normal, you know, hey, I'm a fucking bricklayer, whatever. But there's nothing wrong with that either. But I feel like the more people that I mesh with that are doing things that are not so the norm,
the more you want to get out of your own comfort zone.
Yeah, and I feel like it pushes me to do better. So I'm appreciative of all you motherfuckers.
To be fair though, you are doing more than most. Joey does have his own business. Jack is a fucking defense attorney. This man is killing shit. FriendlyFire is a full-time trader.
And a drunk.
And I'm joking.
And a drunk.
I am a part-time worker at a furniture store. So you can do it too. All right?
And there's no
roof to what you're aiming for.
There's no ceiling, motherfuckers.
There's no right direction to anything.
We gotta finish this fucking before this one has a heart attack.
Let's wrap up here, but thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Join the Discord. Follow us on Instagram, friendlyfire.tjm.
Hey, Iggy, close us out.
Iggy, finish it for us.
_TJM.
Iggy, compose yourself.
ChipJacketApparel.com.au.
FriendlyFire, pull through right now, motherfucker. Pull through.
Close us out.
Ready?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening to episode 80 of FireCast. It's a fucking Oscar acceptance speech.
I'd like to thank my sponsors.
My family, my mother.
I'd like to thank Jesus and God.
No, seriously, bro. Thank you, fucking cunts, man. We love you guys.
Mad
95 average fucking listeners. We love it. Thank you, Jack D, Mr. X, even though everyone knows your goddamn identity. Thank you for coming on. We're going to make this an average thing. We're 20 episodes away from the 100th episode cigar. Thank you so much for listening. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.
Let's go!